Sanders has it. And he fumbles the ball at the end. Recovered by Boise State. They will say it is Broncos football. No, now they'll say incomplete.
Yeah, the side judge came in, said incomplete. We'll take a look at it here. Yeah, this is going to go to replay.
Marion McCoy knocked it out, Rennie.
I will be shocked if replay does not stop and look at this. And that looked like a catch to me, Mike. Possession. He made a football move up the field, and then it got punched out. This should be Boise State football.
The ruling on the field was an incomplete pass. The previous play is under video review.
All right, so let's first here apologize for the technical difficulties. Welcome to Statesboro, Georgia, for college football here today with Boise State and Georgia Southern. It is 7-0 Broncos on a 77-yard touchdown run by Ashton JEANTY, one of the best running backs of the nation. And now you're watching the Eagles with a catch from Marcus Sanders Jr. fumbling the ball here. Apparently, Rennie, they have ruled it down, but now replay's taking a look at it.
Need indisputable video evidence to overturn it. I believe you'll have it here because Marcus Sanders Jr. makes the catch. To me, he controlled it, okay, had possession, went upfield, made what they call a football move, and then Marco Notriani, the linebacker, 53, came and punched out. There was a clear recovery by Boise State, okay? So it should be their ball. Now, the side judge came in and said incomplete, which is fine, but there was continuing action with a clear recovery by Boise State. I think this will be reversed, and I think this will be Boise State football.
Our replay official today, Marty Abazishan and Eric Pollard, the communicator. They got the Sunbelt Video Center taking a look at this here. And
yeah, from that angle, now you need indisputable video evidence. To me, they have it. Right here, it looks like he's got it. He's got it in his hands. He's tucking it. He goes upfield, and then it gets punched out by Marco Notriani.
And you got the clear recovery there by Alexander Tubner.
That's indisputable video evidence. They're going to reverse this. I'd be shocked if they don't.
Here's our official, Trentus Livingston, and he'll give us the call. But, yeah, that could be really damaging here for Georgia Southern.
After video review, it was a completed pass, fumbled by the receiving team, recovered by the defense at the 50-yard line. First and 10, Boise State at the 50.
Well, and Randy, you talked about this in the open. What was Georgia Southern's problem last year? Giving the football away, turnovers. Right?
They were minus 10 turnover ratio, which was 124th in the nation, one of the worst. And their point of emphasis this year by Clay Helton, protect the football. We've already seen a couple fumbles.
Correct.
They were able to jump on one. That one, not so lucky.
You're right. He's not going to like it because that's a second. The first one was recovered by their offensive lineman, and this one, it's now Broncos football from midfield with a 7-0 advantage. Quarterback is Maddox Madsen from the shotgun. JEANTY rolls out from the backfield and makes the catch. And has a gain of at least 5 yards. They'll call it 6. He does a great job in this category, too.
That's what makes him so dangerous. You want him one-on-one with a linebacker. You know, JEANTY caught 43 receptions last year out of the backfield for 569 yards and 5 touchdowns. And that's why NFL scouts love him. Obviously, he's a dynamic running back. We already saw that today with the home run, but he can catch the ball, and he can also pass protect. He's a good blocker back there as well.
He had 263 touches in 12 games last year, rushing and receiving, averaging 21.9 a game. Now the catch is made here by Chris Marshall, and he has a first down for the Broncos. That's a gain of 7. JEANTY, Rennie, was involved in 30% of the team's offensive plays all season.
Yeah, no, the offense goes with him, but if you're a Boise State fan, you'd like to see Chris Marshall with a catch early. He's a player that was at Mississippi, was at Ole Miss, Texas A&M, went to Kilgore Junior College. Big-time player. They think they got one here in Chris Marshall.
First and 10, Broncos now from the 38. JEANTY. What was that shoulder, right? He's taking on all comers. Yards after contact, he's been spectacular with.
Well, and Davon Gilmore, the linebacker, actually shot through there, and you thought, okay, he might have a chance on Ashton JEANTY, but he presses a little bit of a stiff arm on Gilmore. He's able to bounce it. You're like, okay, maybe he doesn't have much. Still picks up 4 yards on first down.
Second down, Boise State. JEANTY again. And inside the 30, he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. But last year, he had an average of 4.5 yards after contact and led the nation in that category. Here's what he did just a little while ago.
Yeah, tremendous blocking by that offensive line. You see the speed of JEANTY. Breaks a tackle there with his contact balance and a little switches the ball, which is fine, so he can use that stiff arm on Chance Gamble, and he takes it to the house.
Longest run of the season last year was 68 yards, and he has a 77-yard run, the one he just saw for the touchdown to begin this 2024 season. Third and short for the Broncos. Play fake to JEANTY. Madsen will throw it back to him, and he slips and goes down, and he's going to lose 4 yards in the play. Jacob Ferguson was there for Georgia Southern. Loss. And it's going to be fourth down and about 5.
Yeah, offensive coordinator Dirk Cutter. He's been coaching 42 years. He's been a head coach and offensive coordinator everywhere. Tries to get a little tricky there. Good job by that Georgia Southern defense staying home. That time, I think, yeah, you might have maybe outsmarted yourself. Maybe a little outside zone with one of the best running backs in the nation. I think with that big offensive line, you would get yourself 1 or 2, but they're going to go for it here, Mike.
Yeah, they've got a really good field goal kicker, too, but they do elect to go for it here on 4th and 6. 9 of 11 last year on 4th down. Sire Gaines is in the backfield, a true freshman. Madsen's pass is incomplete. Looking for Caples cutting across the middle, and he got hit by T.J. Smith for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, defensive coordinator Brandon Bailey said, I'm going to be aggressive, dials up a blitz, gets to Madsen, makes him throw it, and that's a takeaway for the Georgia Southern Eagles.
First incomplete pass of the game for Madsen, and the Eagles, after turning it over, don't give up any points.
ESPN College Football is brought to you by G. There's only one. And Progressive Insurance. Protect the stuff you love with Renter's Insurance. Visit Progressive.com.
Welcome back. It is 7-0 Boise State here. Georgia Southern football from their own 34-yard line, surviving after the fumble. And Boise State had turned it over on downs. That pass incomplete for Derwin Burgess. So it's a little different this year here for the Eagles, right? Last year, a little more pass heavy. They were 13th in the nation, though, in passing, reading over 300 yards a game of that great quarterback, Davis Brin, rushing just about 117. Now, Coach Helton, offensive coordinator Ryan Applin, they want to be a little bit more balanced.
Yeah,
right?
they would love to be at 50-50 in a perfect world, but obviously the game will dictate that. But yes, they definitely need to get more of a balance with that run game.
O.J. Arnold's in the backfield here, but French is under pressure and taken down. Nice job by Braxton Feely and Jake Ripp for Boise State.
Yeah, Feely's a big defensive tackle, big 300-pounder. You see him come inside, throw down the center. Chandler Strong, great use of hands by Braxton Feely. Gets to J.C. French for the sack.
Had 3 sacks last year. It's his first here of this campaign. It's now 3rd down and 16.
Defensive lineman a little faster today than when I played, Mike.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Motion man is Dalen Cobb. He was banged up earlier. He looks fine now. The pass in French, and not looking for it was Derwin Burgess. And it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, they just seem out of sorts, Georgia Southern. Just no rhythm. And, yeah, it's early on, but give some credit to that Boise State defense. Defensive coordinator Eric Shenander, talked to him yesterday. He was excited about this group. They filled just a couple holes in the portal. Not much, but they feel really good going into the season, and they look good early.
Second time Alex Smith is on to punt here for Georgia Southern. Latrell Caples is back to return. He's standing inside of his own 30-yard line. Fair catch.
Fair catch made by Latrell Caples.
So Maddox Madsen back onto the field here, and he's got the experience with this program, right? We talked about it at the start. Malachi Nelson, a 5-star recruit, #1 overall recruit in the 2023 class, a transfer from USC, redshirt freshman. He came in to compete for the job. They ended up going with Madsen, who had a lot of experience from playing last year.
Yeah, I mean, he knew he was going to come in to compete, Malachi Nelson, and Maddox Madsen won the job. I mean, he's just a great competitor. He's got a very, what they like to say, a calm confidence about him. to your point, Mike, had a great understanding of the offense and the verbiage, which I think gave him a head start. And he's just, you know, they call him Mad Dog. He's a tough competitor. He's the type of leader you want at that quarterback position.
Looks like the Eagles got a little bit of a head start there as JEANTY has tackled. Multiple flags are down the field. Justin Rhodes, defensive tackle, looked like he got across the line first.
I was going to say, Rhodes almost took the handoff, so I'm just going to guess he jumped off sides. No, I got written down in my notes for Justin Rhodes, very quick off the ball. That was a little too quick.
Transfer out of Wingate, his 5th year for Rhodes.
Offsides, defense, number 88. More than 5 players in the backfield. Offense, those penalties offset. Replay, first down.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so, you know, legal formation, only 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. Can't do that. Got to have at least 7, so you get a lot of that early, right? Alignment issues, right? Especially, again, Dirk Cutter, very experienced offensive coordinator, was a head coach, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, former head coach of Boise State years ago, and a lot of formations. He likes to do a lot of movement.
So back to 1st and 15. Prince Strawn goes in motion, one of the wide receivers. Madsen goes over the middle, and it's incomplete for Caples. And he was covered by Dorian Smith.
Yeah, good coverage there by Dorian Smith, right in the hip pocket. Caples.
And 2nd down and 10 yards to go from the 29-yard line.
Caples, who tore his Achilles in June of 2023, last summer, Reedy, he comes back for spring ball. How impressive is that? He's one of the leaders of this team.
Yeah, no, it's very impressive. You know, you go back to 22, where he had 51 receptions. You know, he's a player for sure, and it's a big deal to get Caples back.
Now the give goes to Sire Gaines, and this is his first carry of his career. The true freshman gets across the 45-yard line and a first down for Boise State. It's a gain of 18.
So in this era of the transfer portal, you talk about kids going from college to college. Sire Gaines is a true freshman. He's only 17 years of age, and they said he's incredibly fast.
And it's back to Gaines, and he has another first down run, this time to the 42 of Georgia Southern. And the story goes he was committed to Arizona State. And then when Spencer Danielson was the interim head coach, he took over with 2 games left of last season, Gaines says, hey, I'm going to come to Boise State. Coach just said,
I don't know if I'm going to be here.
I'm the interim, you know, but he ended up coming to Boise State, and here he is. 4th youngest player, too, by the way, in FBS, just 17 years old.
And Spencer Danielson's still here, too, when it was all said and done.
Gaines goes out now, though, and JEANTY is back in. They fake it to him. Madsen finds Cameron Bates. And Bates has a first down run. Nice job of mixing up plays here for the Broncos.
And it looks like such a simple pass by the quarterback, but a tremendous job by Madsen just to lead the receiver where he can just catch it, turn up, easy run for Bates, and a nice-looking offensive play.
Well, and speaking of true freshmen, he's another one. And his first catch of his career out of Mansfield, Texas. First and 10. Madsen wide open, making the catch, and then fumbling the ball. It's Austin Bolt. They're going to say it's Georgia Southern. Now they'll say incomplete. They're going to rule it incomplete.
Yeah, it was a nice route by Bolt. Good throw by Madsen. They call it incomplete. We've already seen this once today in this game. We'll have a look here. It's a good throw. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, replay might look at that as well, but I do think there was definitely more of a bobble there. You hear the crowd booing. They don't like it. Boy,
yes, you're right.
Close.
He doesn't have complete control of it, Randy.
They're going to look at this, but again.
The ruling on the field was an incomplete pass. The previous play is under video
You need
review.
indisputable video evidence. The call on the field is incomplete.
Here's one of these things when you watch this play back, right? You slow it down and you go to, oh, he's got it. You got to watch this back in real speed, I think, too, kind of to get a sense of whether he had this football as well. And, it is bobbling, as you said. I'd love to just see it back in real speed for a moment, and that's what the officials are looking at, right? That's the call you got to make.
There was an initial bobble. So right here he gets it. He goes down. There's an initial bobble there. Then he goes to tuck, and he goes forward. So You know, this is one of those bang-bang plays where if they call it a fumble on the field, it's definitely staying as a fumble. They're not overturning it. They called it incomplete. It's just a question of if they believe he controlled it long enough and made what we talked about earlier, a football move. I mean, boy, it's so close. I'm inclined to say he did possess it enough and turn up before it gets tackled, and they may reverse this one like they did the other one. But boy, this one's closer than the other one.
That's Justin Myers there, who comes in to knock the ball down.
Yeah,
the junior safety. Then it was Tyrell Davis who recovered it.
Used to say bite the football, and this one's closer than the other one. I think this one's going to stand because the call was incomplete. If it was called a fumble, it would have stayed a fumble. Incomplete, I think it's going to stay.
After video review, the ruling on the field stands incomplete pass.
Which, you know, these fans aren't happy. If you're a Georgia Southern fan at home, you're probably yelling at me and yelling at the TV, but there was just a little bit of a bobble there. I thought maybe they might reverse it, but again, you need to have 100% indisputable video evidence, and there was a doubt there. You might have had 99%, but you didn't have 100, and you got to let the play stand.
All right, so it's second down now for the Broncos here from the Georgia Southern 26. Already on top, 7-0 after the 77-yard touchdown run by Ashton Jeanty, who was in the backfield behind Maddox Madsen. Jeanty, another huge hole, this time off the right side. He cuts it back. Jeanty eluding tacklers, gets a block. He's got another touchdown. 26 yards. He's over 100. He's got 2 scores. Ashton Jeanty.
Impressive, you know. Offensive line. Now, the offensive line's doing work. Give him credit. A running back is only as good as his offensive line, and he's very humble as Ashton Jeanty, so he will tell you that as well. But they did a tremendous job on that right side. But once he got through that line of scrimmage, it was all Ashton Jeanty. Let's take a look at it here. It's just a stretch play to the right. Outside zone, as you will. Pushes a great hole. Look at that hole. Again, beautiful. But now, once he presses and gets through the hole, it's all Ashton Jeanty. Look at that spin move. Beautiful. Cuts back again. Again, the receivers on the outside do a tremendous job of not blocking in the back. That was Latrell Caples out there that didn't block in the back, but had the hands up kind of to the screen. But look at that spin move. Beautiful. Gets to the outside. There's Caples right there. A little screen. And to the house he goes. 5 carries, 110 yards, and 2 TDs in the first quarter. Now you know why there's a Heisman campaign out of Boise for Ashton Jeanty.
No doubt. I mean, he led the nation in broken tackles, first downs, and yards after the catch. And you see a little bit of all that on those runs that he's had so far today.
Listen, as a former running back, I was excited to see him play today. He's exceeded my expectations of what I thought I was going to see already. And there's 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. That's how good he is. Mm-hmm. And he's the perfect size. You know, people talk about, I want a 6'2". He's 5'9", 215. That compact build, he's tough to see behind. You know, Emmitt Smith's one of the best running backs ever, right? He's that 5'9" build as well. I just love that build for a running back like Ashton Jeanty. Big legs, solid.
14-0 start here for the Broncos. And Buchanan on the return for Georgia Southern. He's got a hole. And he gets knocked down by the kicker. Jonah Dalmas, 44 yards on the return. So good starting field position here for the Eagles. But you know, you talk about Jeanty here. They got the video game. We were handed this yesterday. Yes, it looks like the case of the video game. And it's his push for the Heisman.
Yeah, you open up, that's a sticker that looks like a CD. Yeah. And it's a big push. They're sending it out to all the media. We got them yesterday. And listen, when you give out something like that, you better back it up. He's already backed it up in the first quarter.
And he's got the pose after his first touchdown as well today.
Got to believe the hype, right? He's living up to it.
So from midfield, Georgia Southern begins this drive here. Jalen White is in the backfield. J.C. Frentz, the quarterback, from the shotgun. Hands off, White just a couple of yards. Well, our stellar ABC College Football triple-header capped off tonight. How about this one? Notre Dame and Texas A&M. Mike Elko in his debut as the A&M head coach going up against Notre Dame and quarterback Riley Leonard, who he coached the last 2 years at Duke.
Yeah, I think they know each other well. Listen, that Texas A&M defensive front, I think they're going to do some work today. He's a defensive-minded coach, defensive line. I'm looking forward to that one tonight.
French going deep, and it's going to be overthrown and incomplete for Josh Dallas. Closest to it, though, was Amarion McCoy, the cornerback for Boise State.
Yeah, trying to take a shot there, stretch the field a little bit. But again, now you're third and long, right? And now, you know, you're in the wheelhouse for this Boise State defense and defensive coordinator Eric Shenander. We'll see what he does here. If he dials up some pressure, trying to get to J.C. French, or they just try to get there with the front four and do max coverage on the backside.
White's going to go split out wide to the top of the screen. 3 receivers on the bottom, and the catch is made by Josh Dallas. And he gets a little bit of help, but gets to the 40-yard line. It's going to be close to see if they give him the first down, and they do.
Yeah, great effort by Josh Daniels. Again, tunnel screen, we saw it earlier today. They did a nice job. Josh Daniels makes the catch, makes an initial guy miss, and then lowers his shoulder and fights to make sure he gets to the yard to gain, which was the 40-yard line for the first down. Gets right there. That was a big play for Georgia Southern.
Well, we were talking to members of the coaching staff. They said, be on the lookout for number 19. He eats, sleeps football, and he makes a heck of a play there for the first down for the Eagles, and the drive continues. Now this pass is caught by Derwin Burgess Jr., and he gains 9 yards on a first down pass play, winding down to about a minute to go here in the first quarter.
That was a nice ball by J.C. French. In rhythm, gets it to Burgess, and, you know, first down, a big play like that on first down does wonders for your offense. Second and short.
This is an important drive
here. Yes,
it
is. I believe they need to answer here.
Second and short, French, he's going to be sacked. Jake Ripp.
J.C. French sacked on the play by number 43, Jake Ripp.
Yeah, and that's where, you know, you just can't take that sack if you're J.C. French. I mean, Ripp's blocked initially, and then he fights off it, and French just has to eat it. And now you were in a beautiful spot at 2nd and 2. You take that sack. Nice play by Ripp, and now you're, you know, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long here.
This is actually the shortest third down they've had, though, so far here today. 3rd and 7, the clock. 15 seconds to go. The play clock, though, is inside 10, so they'll have to snap it here before the end of the first quarter. French steps up, gets away, and J.C. French has the first down. He's tripped up at the 20-yard line by Ronnie Robinson.
And we talked about his athleticism early. They may not run him purposely, but he can make plays with his feet. Excellent job there by J.C. French.
It's a 16-yard gain to the 20-yard line. And that's the longest rush of the game here today for Georgia Southern, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter of action. First meeting of all time here today between the Broncos and the Eagles. It is 14-0 Boise State. We're back with a second quarter after this. To the college football rankings we go, brought to you by Allstate. Georgia, no trouble today, Reedy. 34-3 over Clemson.
Georgia is Georgia. We'll leave it right there. But yeah, they're the best right now.
A couple other games in progress there. Ohio State with an early lead as well, and second quarter starting with Cobb and a catch here for the Eagles, a short pickup. The other one I thought I saw there was Penn State, West Virginia. That was split today. Game day, the crew had it like 3-3 on that game.
And for like a week, I think it thanked Pat McAfee for that. For like a week, everyone was picking West Virginia. And that's all Penn State heard for the last week is we're going to lose in Morgantown. Well, doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Eagles are in the red zone here. Down 14-0, start of the second quarter. O.J. Arnold in the backfield. Keeper by French. And takes a big hit as he gets inside the 10, and he's shoved out of bounds. He fumbled. He lost the ball.
Yeah,
but good run, good play call. Even with the fumble, he gets the first down. Good block. He's got the ball in the proper hand, the left hand, so it does get slapped out by number 6. Jeremiah Irby actually reached to knock that out, but it was enough for the first down. But boy, they need to do better ball security.
They do. Cobb was over there to recover it. So that's 3 fumbles today by Georgia Southern, one that they've lost.
Yeah.
First and goal, though. French floats it up to the end zone. There's some contact, and here comes the flag. Cobb, the intended receiver, Irby, got into him.
Yeah, those back shoulder fades, they're the hardest to cover if you're a DB. It's one-on-one. You see Irby. So now Cobb knows where the ball is. He can slow down. I think he actually started to fall on his own, which caused Irby to fall over him.
Number 6. The ball be placed at the 2 yard,
and he drew the PI.
line.
Which is saying in those situations, if you're a defensive back, you got to look back. You got to look back at the ball.
Yeah, you got to turn back. But those ones are just so tough, you know. And if you're a crafty, shifty wide receiver, you can actually slow down and you can actually cause that contact, which I think Cobb did right there.
Jalen White is back in the backfield. It's first and goal. He gets the toss. White takes the hit. He's in the end zone. Touchdown.
And that's how you finish off a run if you're a running back. Jalen White, 6'1", 220, just a toss right. Good ball security, get low, run behind those pads. Excellent job by Jalen White. You know, Ty Benefield came up, the safety got low as well, but Jalen White, 6'1", 220, with a head of steam. He's gonna win that battle at the goal line. He must win that battle, and he did. He much needed a touchdown for Georgia Southern.
And a bad snap here, and picking it up, it's going to be Matthew Daniel, the holder. And he gets tackled down. And no extra point for Georgia Southern, but they'll take the 6. White had 9 touchdowns rushing last year, gets his first of the season here. And the Eagles are on the board in their opening drive of the second quarter. 14-6, Boise State. Two-yard touchdown run by Jalen White for Georgia Southern. That snap of the extra point is 14-6. Tomorrow night on ABC, our Modelo Vegas Kickoff Classic. Number 23 USC, number 13 LSU in Vegas. Sold out, standalone primetime game ready. 2 new quarterbacks. USC quarterback Miller Moss for Caleb Williams, of course, now with the Bears, and LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier for Jaden Daniels, who's now with Washington. On the return, the Broncos and Caden Chan, and they'll get the offense started across the 20.
Any pressure for those 2 new quarterbacks? They're both replacing Heisman Trophy winners.
Right. It's an awesome weekend here, this Labor Day weekend of college football continuing to Monday.
This is the best way to kick off college football. 5 straight days, right? Thursday to Monday. Tremendous games all over the place.
Let's get caught up here with this one, Boise State and Georgia Southern. So the Broncos, 2 touchdown runs by Ashton Jeanty, 77 yards, 26 yards. And now back on offense here from the 23. I mean, just having Jeanty back there, I mean, it just allows you to do so many things.
That was the first key of the defense for Brandon Bailey. Tackle Jeanty.
Well, they do it this time, and Isaac Walker makes the play, giving up just 1 yard on that rush.
Yeah, you got to get to him. You got to wrap him up, and then your teammates got to get there as well. Because, again, his contact balance is excellent. But Georgia Southern, as you said, nice job that time. Get to him, get low, and get him down.
Second down and 9. Madsen for Camper, and it's knocked down and incomplete. Excellent defensive play there. Tracy Hill Jr., whose number was 12, and then it changed to 0. Why is that?
Well, yeah, they give it to a player that exemplifies Georgia Southern, does all the things. He's a hard-nosed player. That's great coverage. And then see how that outside hand goes through. He doesn't grab and turn with that inside hand, but he's there in case he misses it, but he doesn't. He knocks it down. That's blanket coverage there by Tracy Hill.
It's third down for the Broncos. Madsen started this game 5 for 5 passing. He's 1 for 5 since. Plenty of time back there. The pass is intercepted. Picked off by Tyrell Davis. And the Eagles have it in excellent field position.
Yeah, Madsen tries to force that in. And Tyrell Davis, the safety, just kind of undercuts it. Look, he's right in the middle of the screen. He's just watching his eyes. And boy, great break on the ball. Madsen never saw Tyrell Davis. He played that beautifully. Undercuts it, and a huge takeaway for Georgia Southern. And this place is starting to rock a little bit. You can hear the volume get cranked up after that play by these fans.
Turnovers are now even at 1 apiece. A fumble by Georgia Southern, and now that interception by Boise State. And Davis, who had 1 interception last year, which he took to the house, a 28-yard return for a touchdown, has his first of this 2024 season here. And after a really rough start, all of a sudden the Eagles are right back in it here.
It seems like they calmed down, right? A little spastic, if you will, in the beginning offensively, but have been in a little rhythm the last time out.
It's a flea flicker. White back to French, and now he throws it, and it's caught here by Tyler Fromm, who goes down the sideline. And Fromm is pushed out of bounds inside the 20 and ended up working out. And the senior tight end with a gain of 14.
Yeah, transfer from Auburn. He bobbled it. Looked like it was going to be dropped. He catches it and gets down that left sideline for a big gain.
They empty the backfield, a bunch formation to the top of the screen. French, though, is going to keep it, and he slides inside the 15. It's going to be a gain of 3.
Yeah, remember, it gets marked right where he initiates his slide, so it always looks like a bigger gain when quarterbacks slide. It always gets backed up a little bit. But nonetheless, a couple of yards on first down. Better positive than negative.
Going to change it up. Cobb's back in with LV Bunkley Shelton and Elijah Watson, the other tight end. Jalen White's in the backfield. Eagles have 2nd and 8. They shift Watson and Cobb to the right. Direct snap to White. Now reverse here for Derwin Burgess. And that time maybe a little bit too much, and Boise State was not fooled.
Yeah, offensive coordinator Ryan Applin, he's pulling out all the tricks right now, right? He's just trying to get this Boise State defense going sideline to sideline. They bent a little bit in the last couple plays, but they haven't broke. And it's 3rd and 6.
White lining up back in the backfield here. French. 3rd down. Wants to get it to White now. Instead, it's Cobb, and he drops it incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to go to Jalen White initially. Came off him, went to Cobb, but he probably would have been better off going to White initially and just see if he could turn the corner, square those shoulders up, try to pick up the first down, but he can't. And will be a field goal attempt.
And they had a bad snap on the extra point, so let's see if Jackson Wheeler can just redeem himself a little bit here. He's a 6th-year player. Matthew Daniels, the holder, and it's going to be Gavin Stewart to kick for a 31-yard field goal attempt. It is up, and it is good. So the Eagles have converted the last couple of series now. It's a 5-point game, and they get 3 off the turnover. Good game so far here from Statesboro, Georgia, 14-9. Welcome back to Statesboro, Georgia. The Eagles with a field goal, 31 yards. They're within 5 now with 11 minutes to play here in the second. Mike Corey and Rini Angolia with you here.
Yeah, that was a much-needed takeaway defensively for Georgia Southern. They paid it off. Obviously would have loved to get a touchdown, but they get the 3 and 5-point ball game here in Statesboro.
Gavin Stewart to kick off. And there's Caden Chan back for Boise State. Chan from the 10. And he slips down before the 20-yard line. And a flag comes flying in from the back judge.
Keith Chan on return, flag on the play.
And they got I mean, the 18-yard line hash mark made the tackle.
Yeah, right.
So, but looks like he got a little help because I think we're gonna have a holding call here.
Holding on the return team. Number 22. 10-yard penalty. Replay.
Fansville College Football Update is brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Carson Beck threw for 278 yards and 2 touchdowns today, and Georgia had no trouble 34-3 over Clemson. What else?
That's the biggest thing. You need a elite quarterback. Carson Beck is that. Defense is what we thought they would be for Georgia. That's a good dominating win in week 1. Rodney Hammond ineligible. That hurts Pitt's depth at running back. They haven't said why, and then just a horrible leg injury for Max Johnson on Thursday night. You wish him the best, and obviously he's out for the season, and hopefully we'll see him again next year.
The true freshman Sire Gaines is back into the backfield for Boise State, and a long throw from Madsen. He's got his man, and it's caught by Cameron Camper. All the way down inside the Georgia Southern 40-yard line. Got in front, or got T.J. Smith. He got the step on him and makes a huge catch.
You hear analysts say he dropped it in the bucket. Watch this pass by Maddox Madsen, but give Cameron Camper credit as well, because he ran by the DB, got separation, and Madsen dropped it right in there. That's a home run play right there on first down. Big chunk for Boise State.
No doubt. 53 yards on that pass play. Fake to Gaines. Madsen lofts it up for Caples. He's got it. Down at the 1-yard line. That one goes for 36. And Latrell Caples, what athleticism.
Yeah. And just concentration. Another good ball by Madsen to turn those hips, puts it up there, and then again the DB doesn't find the ball. Caples does, goes up. Concentration. Let me show you a little athleticism and flip up. And there's some trash talking going on right now, I can tell you that, between these wide receivers and the DB. So the referees will be getting in there. But boy, athleticism, concentration by Caples. And again, 2 strikes, 2 great throws in a row by Maddox Madsen.
Now the I formation, it's Gaines, and he's hit, and he's going to be stopped. He will not get the touchdown. No gain on the play for the true freshman. That happened pretty fast, though, right? A 53-yard gain, a 36-yard gain. 2nd and goal coming up.
Yeah, trying to get the true freshman, Sire Gaines, his first career touchdown. Gave him a shot at it. Now we're going to bring in Ashton Jeanty, and, you know, I'm not a play caller. I'm an analyst, so I get to second-guess everything. I'm pretty sure they're going to give him the ball with a big D lineman in front of him to block the Clydesdale package.
That's right. Instead, they throw incomplete, and Herbert Guns was the one that was in there, 98.
Yeah, so any of the 90 numbers, those are all defensive linemen. They come in short yardage. They call it the Clydesdale package. I asked if they ever get to run it. They kind of laughed at me. Well, they tried to throw it to him right there. It goes incomplete, but...
Reedy, I'm with you. This is what happened previously. They had a 3rd and 1, and they didn't give it to Jeanty, and now they finally do, and there it is. Touchdown. He's got 3 today. That one from a yard out to add to a 26-yard run and a 77-yard run. And Boise State adds another 6.
Yeah, I'm not a play caller, but when you have one of the best running backs in the nation, I give him touches. And on 3rd down, they go to him. You still had big Herbert Gums in there. He wasn't too tired from running that little flat route. He was a lead blocker there. Nice job. And then you give it to Jeanty. Lower those shoulders, get behind those pads, and put it in the end zone.
Jonah Dalmas for the extra point. It's good. And it's 21-9. Boise State, and Jeanty with 3 touchdowns, and we're still in the first half. The 3 rushing touchdowns already ties his career high. And the last time he did that was last year versus Colorado State.
I'm not a gambler, okay? I'm just going to go out on a limb. I think he's going to break that record today.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible.
It's a very thick limb.
They probably thought, too, by the way, they're like, hey, man, we know we can just give it to him for the 1-yard touchdown. Probably.
Hey, listen,
let's try some other stuff.
Let me tell you, it's not as easy as you think. You know, everyone thinks you get the ball at the 1 or 2 yard line, a touchdown's a foregone conclusion. It is not. I mean, you gotta get that ball in there. You gotta smell the goal line. Try a different running back, and then you try a little throw to one of the big defensive linemen, and finally you give it to your big gun. I like giving it to your big guy early, because if he gets stopped, and puts a little chip on his shoulder, oh, they stopped me, let's go again. You got multiple chances to give it to him, but it's all good. Give it to him on third down, he puts it in.
Broncos were 6th in rushing offense last year, 214.9 yards per game, largely in part thanks to JEANTY.
And super impressed with this offensive line for Boise State as well. Yep. They're winning at the line of scrimmage. They're doing a nice job.
Ball blows off the tee. Yeah, the 2 long runs that he had, I mean, you talked about it. Yeah. The holes, both on the left side and the right side, were literally 5 yards wide. Yeah,
it's a good group. You got a couple guys in the middle, Mason Randolph, Ben Dooley. They're the leaders, the center and guard.
Well, that's twice now.
Third time's a charm. Let's see.
He's going to have to hold it down.
I tell you what, there's no breeze in this TV booth, I can tell you that. It must be right down there on the field. And the big American.
I don't know. I don't think he's.
Big, beautiful American flag there, just waving. So it's obviously breezy out there.
Kanhino is holding it down for Boise State as this kick now goes into the end zone. ESPN Plus is the home for more than 50 Sun Belt football games this season. Here's tonight's featured matchup. We've got Troy hosting Nevada at 7 Eastern. Then next Saturday, we got 7 games highlighting the ESPN Plus Sun Belt football schedule. Go to ESPNplus.com to sign up. Rini, you and I will see Troy next week at Memphis at noon here on ESPN.
Yeah, Memphis, another Group of 5 program that a lot of people are picking to make that 12-team playoff. And, you know, that promo reminds me of Commissioner Keith Gill, who for the Sun Belt does a tremendous job with this conference. And, yeah, great teams, great schools.
Well, it's in our talk with our coaches yesterday with Clay Helton and offensive coordinator Ryan Applin, along with defensive coordinator Brandon Bailey. And that's what this group is trying to do, right? They want to be the cream of the crop in the Sun Belt Conference. David Badinga gets the carry for them. I mean, you said it earlier about Boise State. You know, I kind of equate Boise State in college football to Gonzaga in college basketball. Right?
Yeah, and the Georgia Southern coaches, the program referenced Boise State as like, that's kind of what we want to do, right? We're FBS or FCS years ago. You make that transition, but now you become a national brand, which Boise State is. And I think a lot of the Group of 5 programs aspire to do that.
Badinga stays in the backfield. Now he shifts his position and goes out. French steps up. He's got plenty of space here. Here comes a flag. Heads up. French on the run. And runs out of bounds into Boise State territory, but let's check the flag.
Yeah, you know, look, he threw the flag at number 11, Bo Johnson, to tight end. We'll see if that's on the call. It's going to be on the right side of the screen. It's a good job by French to make that play. And actually, it should be on Boise State, because I don't think that's a good block right there. But initially, Bo Johnson got knocked down in the route, so it should be pass interference on Boise State, the way I looked at it. Because the block looked good and it didn't look like a hold, but they're going to call it. Yeah, they're going to call hold.
10-yard penalty from the spotted foul. Replay, second down.
Well, it's understandable what you're looking at, though. I can see what you were saying. That's going to be the first Georgia Southern penalty here.
Now we're not in the NFL, obviously, but I can tell you that's a 5-yard penalty and automatic first down in the NFL because an eligible receiver got knocked down in a route. He gets back up, gets called for the hold, and you got to overcome things like that, right?
So it negates a 36-yard run by the Eagles quarterback. Now the toss goes out to Badinga, and he's going to be held up at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. You're watching Modelo Kickoff Week here today on this final Saturday in August from Statesboro, Georgia. Mike Corey, Rini and Golia with you for Boise State and Georgia Southern. Coming up at the halfway point of this second quarter, it's going to be second, make it third down here for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, the run got him back to a manageable distance here to pick this up.
Empty backfield. French's pass knocked down. Nice job. Zion Washington coming in for the deflection.
Yeah, you see that speed by Washington to break on the football. Looks like that completion's going to be made. move the change, and watch Washington just break on the ball. Does a nice job not going through the receiver, Josh Dallas. Kind of gets around him, knocks it away. Excellent job.
Caples again awaits the Alex Smith punt. Lets it go. And the Broncos will start at their own 29-yard line when we return. 21-9 lead for the road team here today. Back after this. It's time now for our player check-in presented by Allstate. And how about checking in with this guy? Ashton Jeanty, already 3 touchdowns today, Reedy.
Yeah, just everything we thought he would be and more. Speed, power, balance. Finishes it off here. Short yards, the big Clydesdale package with those D linemen blocking in front of him. And yeah, that's a pretty good first half. 7 carries, 112 and 3 tutties. Yeah.
He's got all the measurables, too. He began weightlifting at a very young age. He was squatting 605, and he has the carry here across the 35-yard line. You can see the strength that he has and what he possesses.
Well, and he's got good patience to the hole. He hits it fast, but he's not out of control. Good push by the offensive line. And so just a basic run for him. You look up, and it's 7-8 yards on first down. I mean, when they're doing that on first down, that's trouble for defenses.
Second and 2. Jeanty again has the first down. Hometown's Jacksonville, Florida. Was a graduate of Lone Star High School, Frisco, Texas. Played on both sides of the ball there, and also played basketball and track and field too. Just one of those guys that seems like he can do a little bit of everything. And look at his first 10 touches of the game here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything you want, right? He's a home run hitter. He'll go get you 2 hard yards, 3 hard yards. He'll catch the ball out of the backfield. He'll block and pass protection. He's done it tonight. It's everything you want.
And now he lines up at the bottom of the screen. They empty the backfield on a first down and 10 from their own 40. Madsen pressure, gets rid of it, and the catch is made at the 46 by Chris Marshall.
And Chris Marshall shows you the hands right there. That ball's a little behind him by Maddox Madsen. Marshall puts those hands back and catches it.
You talked about Marshall earlier. He was originally a 5-star recruit, the #1 wide receiver recruit in the 2022 class. And this is kind of a redemption year for him, right? You said it. He went to Texas A&M in the fall, Ole Miss in the spring, Kilgore Junior College in the fall, and then he's been at Boise since January of this year.
As a 4.0, he's doing everything right. He's been a model citizen. The coaches are extremely happy with Chris Marshall.
Camper goes in motion. Jeanty's in the backfield. A play fake to him, and then they give it to him in a pass, and he can't complete it.
Yeah, and you give credit to the Georgia Southern defense there because they sped that play up. This is a screen pass, and they made it go faster than they wanted to. And you saw Madsen kind of put a little zip on it. The defender got in the way of Jeanty, and it goes incomplete. Now, a big third down here for Georgia Southern. This defense, you got to try to get off the field here.
The true freshman Sire Gaines is back in, 26 for Boise State. Four-man rush for the Eagles. Madsen with time and has a completion over to Camper. First down, Broncos.
Yeah, Camper's a big target, 6'3", 6'4". All the time in the world for Maddox Madsen to sit in that pocket, finds Camper, and they move the chains.
That's a 10-yard gain. We're coming up on 5 minutes to go in the first half. This could be really damaging if Boise State gets something on this drive.
Yeah, I agree. You want to keep points off the board right now if you're Georgia Southern Eagles. Don't want this one getting away from you before halftime.
The toss. Out to Gaines. DeAndre Morris on the tackle, but that's a 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, coaches raved about him again. True freshman, 17 years old, 6 foot, 209 pounds, excellent speed. They said when you talk to him, it's like talking to a 40-year-old. He's very mature, understands a lot, and they're thrilled they got him.
Morris, as you see, down on one knee. Yeah, Gaines, 26 in white for Boise State. You know, he gained about 20 pounds as well, too. You know, so came in around the 189, 190 mark. He's up to almost 210. And for a true freshman, like you said, you don't see that a lot.
And the other great thing is, as a freshman, now he's behind one of the best running backs in the country in Ashton Jeanty. So he's going to learn. Ashton Jeanty is not only their best player, he's their hardest worker, which pays dividends throughout the team. And a young Sire Gaines is going to be able to see that and learn behind him.
And I like a lot how they're getting him involved early, because I think we all know that this is probably the last year for Jeanty before he goes to the next level.
I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, you want to get him some time, and they're doing it early and often here in game one.
Yeah, and you love that in a week one meaningful game. You know,
and it's not like they're taking anything away from Jeanty, because he's already got 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards once again. 7th career 100-plus yard rushing game for Jeanty, who has 124 here, and outgaining Georgia Southern himself, who has 104. Back to Jeanty. Here he goes again. Powers his way, breaking tackles. Still on his feet inside the 15-yard line. Take notice, folks. Back in the red zone are the Broncos.
And that's all Jeanty. I mean, there's penetration on the left side. He jump cuts in the hole, takes it to the right side. I mean, you can't teach that. That's just great ability from a great running back.
And that's 3 missed tackles by the Eagles defensively on his way to a 24-yard game.
And that's not like they were missing easy tackles. I mean, he's making them miss, right?
And you really don't get rest of the defense. Now Gaines is in, and he changes things up, and he's got some speed to the outside. And Gaines is shoved out of bounds shy of the goal line by Chance Gamble, but he's setting up a 1st and goal here as a flag comes in. Let's wait and get this call.
Holding, offense, number 3. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
And then they got the wide receiver cables on the outside there.
And it happens sometimes when a back, you know, it's just, this is a little bit of an outside zone. We'll take a look. Circle Caples for you. And so now when the back goes to the outside, the defender tries to get there. Caples is locked up, turns, holding that jersey. It's an easy call for the officials, and the correct call.
So backed up to the 20 for 1st and goal. Play action. Madsen wide open as Gaines. Look out. Sire Gaines puts his head down, and he's inside the 5-yard line. Shoved out by Tracy Hill Jr. A lot of space over there, Reedy.
Yeah, good catch. I mean, wide open in the flat. You know, Madsen was able to scan the field. He gets it to Gaines. And I love physical running backs.
Yeah.
And there's no running out of bounds. All these backs today lower their shoulder and deliver the blow. And young Sire Gaines did it right there.
Jeanty is back in. Will he have a career-high 4-touchdown game today? In the first half still, by the way. Jeanty. He does. Count it. 4 touchdowns for Ashton Jeanty. And Boise State scores yet again.
I told you I wasn't a betting man, but I would have taken 4, and he did it in the next possession. But watch the defender for Georgia Southern bounce off him. Just right here. You think you're going to get a tackle? Nope. Listen, that is a big linebacker in Davon Gilmore, 250 pounds. I mean, the contact balance that Ashton Jeanty has is ridiculous.
Extra point from Jonah Dalmas is good. We said it, career high 4 scores, and he's also scored a touchdown, which has happened 4 times tonight, but in 8 consecutive road games, a number that leads the nation. So, I mean, to be able to have that confidence, to know what you've got from this guy right now, the offense, I mean, geez, you almost feel like he can do anything.
We know what he did last year, right? You come into a new year, and there's always a lot of hype, and they're really hyping him, rightfully so, but you never know, does the pressure get to a player? Does maybe he not perform like you thought? He's come out in this first half in game one and actually overperformed.
Capping off our stellar Labor Day weekend Monday night on ESPN, we got Boston College at Florida State. Remember, Florida State lost to Georgia Tech in Ireland 24-21. You got the return of Bill O'Brien, the new coach now at BC. And how about their quarterback, Thomas Castellanos?
And Thomas Castellanos gave Florida State fits last year. So I tell you what, defensive coordinator Adam Fuller for Florida State better have that group ready to go, because that's going to be a tough game.
Spencer Danielson has got to love this. From Boise State coming here. Long trip, first ever time playing Georgia Southern. The heat, it's 92 degrees today.
We talked to Spencer Danielson yesterday, 35 years old. Right. I was super impressed with him.
And Georgia Southern with Buchanan, they're going to return it from halfway to his own end zone, and he gets leveled at the 17-yard line. What a hit by Markel Reed. Back to JEANTY here with his 4 touchdowns today.
Yeah. Breaks the tackle. He's going to switch the ball. A little stiff arm at the end to the house, showing you his speed through the hole. Right here again, a little spin move. Gets to the outside. Makes some people miss. Into the end zone again. Shows you vision. Come back across the field. Here, lower the shoulder, behind the pads to finish running again. Contact balance. Defender comes off him. Walks it into the end zone. He's got everything.
Last time that a Boise State player had 4 touchdowns in a game was George Halani back on November 2nd, 2019 against San Jose State. And JEANTY's got a chance to get even more than that. Here's Dalen Cobb for Georgia Southern up to the 25-yard line, gain of 6 on first down. What do you do now? You got 2:15 and ticking first half.
Yeah, I think you up the pace, right? You try to get going here. You hear me say rhythm, you know, when teams get in rhythms, they're able to move the ball. There was a couple possessions where they've done that. Now they're slowing down a little bit here. Remember, we got helmet communications this year. We haven't talked about that. Coaches can talk to the quarterbacks up to 15 seconds. And we got the 2-minute timeout this year in college football, Mike.
That's right. New this year. We will step aside. We will return. That's right. Heisman pose already. That was on the first of his 4 touchdowns today. Back to Statesboro after this. We are back to Paulson Stadium, 28-9. Boise State leads it thanks to the 152 yards on the ground and 4 touchdowns for Ashton JEANTY. But Georgia Southern, 2 minutes to go here before halftime. Jalen White with the carry. And, you know, is this one of those situations where you don't want to have a mistake or anything? I mean, the fans are probably like, what the heck?
But down 28-9, you get the ball to start the second half, too. So you can get the 2-for-1. If you can get some points here, then you get it to start the second half and try to get points. So, yeah, I mean, but got to get this first down here.
If you're Boise, I mean, you're thinking, okay, we might get this thing back.
I'm with you.
All 3 of their timeouts remaining. This is important here. J.C. French from the shotgun. Shifts White to the outside. French throws it over the middle. The catch is made. Big first down reception by Tyler Fromm. His brother Jake from Georgia, drafted by the Bills in that 2020 draft. Fromm Tyler is the transfer from Auburn.
Yeah, good throw by J.C. French. Pressure throw there to get that first down.
12-yard reception. French outside catch. L.V. Bunkley Shelton for the first time today. Short pickup.
And so now, you know, new timing rules. At the 2-minute timeout, anything after now went out of bounds, so the clock stops, doesn't start until the snap. After a first down in the field of play, it'll stop till they reset the change like the old rules.
Yep.
Just so you know.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Second down and 6. French and a keeper. And upended at about the 45-yard line. A timeout is taken here. Clay Helton wants it immediately, and he gets it with 1 minute flat to go in this first half.
J.C. French presses, and then he bounces. You're like, oh, he's going to get to the outside and pick this first down up. And Alexander Tubner, their captain, former walk-on, boundary safety, tremendous tackler, kind of gets around the pile and gets to J.C. French, makes that tackle before he can pick up the first down.
Well, you mentioned Tubner, and it's interesting because, you know, he's a 6th-year player, and at that Mountain West championship game last year, Spencer Danielson who was elevated to the interim position when they fired the coach with 2 games left in the season. They end up winning the 2 games. They go to the Mountain West Championship game and they win it. And Tubner in that press conference basically had told the Boise State athletic director and president that, hey, we want Spencer to be our head coach. And that's what they ended up doing. They removed the tag. He becomes the head man. And here we are today.
Yeah, folks, if you're watching and you don't know anything about Boise State, that is the head coach. That's not a player. That's not a grad assistant. He's 35 years old. He's super impressive. He's going to have a great career ahead of him. But, yeah, when your players stand up for you, it goes a long way. And it's all worked out well for Spencer Danielson and Boise State.
First interim head coach to lead his team to a conference championship game title in FBS history. And now it's French again here for Georgia Southern, and it's a first down. So the clock stops, 56 seconds to go, first half.
Yeah, good play call by Ryan Applin there. Get him to the outside, pick up the first down, first thing, but then get out of bounds as well. So, again, very important for Georgia Southern. Got a chance for a 2-for-1 because you get the ball in the second half. Get some points here, get some positive momentum for the locker room.
French tries to dump it off to Badinga, and it's incomplete.
I think it's better off that that ball went incomplete, actually, because if he catches it, gets tackled in bounds, you're going to have to burn a timeout, so that's actually a better thing if you're Georgia Southern.
2 timeouts left for Georgia Southern, all 3 still for Boise State. There's Tubner again.
And again, you can work the middle of the field because the clock stops after a first down.
Quick pass, caught, Cobb, look out, Dalen Cobb, and he was trying to break free, but he gets down to the Boise State 34-yard line and a gain of 18 in the first.
Yeah, clock stops momentarily, they'll reset the change, but now you're in scoring position here.
Their field goal kicker, Gavin Stewart, was 12 of 13 back in 22, and last year. Now here's a deep ball that's going to be well overthrown and incomplete, but a flag comes in. LV Berkeley Shelton was the intended target.
Yeah, he's with Jeremiah Irby. They're locked up. A lot of hand fighting here. See, Irby gets those hands on there and just never really lets him go. Kind of impedes them. And I think that's where the call came in. It was close, though. You've seen lesser not called.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 6. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Well, like you said here, now you're Georgia Southern. You're down 28-9, but this is huge. If you can get something for the end of this first half, you get the ball to start the second half, and you can try to get right back into this ball game.
You know, any points, obviously, but a touchdown really gives you positive momentum in the locker room, and you feel like, all right, we're back in this game. We're okay.
And a timeout by the Broncos.
Yeah, Georgia Southern's done a nice job moving down the field. Good running plays by J.C. French. Some good protection in the pocket. He's made some nice throws.
It's a team with a lot of history. 6 FCS national titles, right? Back in 2000, the latest one. They've had 11 conference titles. They joined the Sun Belt back in 2014, which is their first year in FBS, and they won the conference championship that year. They've been to 3 bowl. They've had 3 bowl wins as well throughout their career.
And we talk about young coaches. We talked about Spencer Danielson, but Georgia Southern, you know, Ryan Applin, the offensive coordinator, is 34 years old, and then the defensive coordinator for Georgia Southern, Brandon Bailey's 30 years old. So some young coaches in big positions.
Brandon Bailey is a funny guy. We had a really cool meeting with him yesterday. But he has a tremendous amount of confidence, too, with this group.
A Mike Elko protege, right, came up.
Yep. 9th play of the drive here for Georgia Southern. Play fake, French, end zone, just overthrown, incomplete. Derwin Burgess Jr. was tracking it, and Amarion McCoy was uncovered.
Yeah, he kind of got knocked off his route, did Burgess, by Amarion McCoy, because if he can keep running to the corner, I think he makes that catch and just kind of stumbles. Excellent effort, but it was that little stumble when he came out of his break, a little fade corner there, goes incomplete.
Still 2 timeouts left. 2nd and 10 with 28 ticks to go in the first half. French keeper, not much. And Hassanin with a tackle. They're going to have to use a timeout, and they do.
Yeah, I mean, I like the play call because you have 2 timeouts, but Ahmad Hassanin, you know, just he's preseason Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year, number 91, and he still has a high ceiling. He's going to get better and better from Egypt. I mean,
well, that's the thing. It's a really great story.
Yeah.
His half-brother Corey grew up in the United States, and he actually played with Spencer Danielson in college. And then so Ahmed Hassanin ended up moving in with his brother before COVID to learn American football. He didn't know any English, right? He's the first FBS player to come from Egypt. And so he learns, he grows, and then his brother helped say, hey, you know, I played with Spencer, you know, you need this guy, and he didn't have a lot of tape on him and stuff, and so he's come in, he's learned the system, he's growing, he's learning the language, and his ceiling is so high.
voted as a team captain this year. 12.5 sacks, 16.5 TFLs last year. He's the real deal, and again, he's still learning football. He really is. I mean, his knowledge is getting better and better. I mean, he's a tremendous talent.
9 straight games last year for him with a sack, which is the longest in FBS since 2015. So you go from coming from Egypt to the United States, not knowing the language or really anything about football, and he was actually voted the Mountain West Defensive Preseason Player of the Year. So how about that?
Yeah.
7th in the nation in sacks last year. He had 12.5 sacks.
It was quiet early in this game, but that was a big-time play that he just made.
Each team's got 1 timeout remaining. 23 seconds to go. What do you have here for Georgia Southern faced with a 3rd and 9?
Yeah, I mean, you want a touchdown here, right? But what was their bugaboo last year? Turnovers, right? So you got to make sure you protect the football first and foremost. Worst case scenario, you come out of here with 3 points, okay? Best case scenario, you pick this first down up, you're able to go in and get a touchdown in, but got to protect it. Can't give it away.
Third and 9, Eagles. French to the end zone. He's got Cobb. He's got it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern and Dalen Cobb.
Touchdown, Dalen Cobb.
Monstrous response here at the end of this first half.
Yeah, Georgia Southern needed that. That's going to give them that positive momentum going in to the locker room. Good throw by French. Watch Cobb go up. High points it. You know, the safety Ty Benefield was coming over, thought he could intercept it. If he would have played the man more than the ball, I think he could have broke that up. But he didn't, and Cobb goes up and makes the catch for the touchdown.
Gavin Stewart's extra point is good, and Georgia Southern has come within 12 with 18 seconds to go in the first half, and will get the ball to start the second half.
No, you read my mind. Now they have the chance for the 2-for-1. They get it there. Nice drive at the end of the half. Let's take a look at that touchdown. See the route here. We're going to look at the safety that's going to come over. Just a little late, and again, I think if he, you know, he thinks he's just going to be able to intercept that ball, but, you know, Cobb actually goes up in front. Benefield's just a little late. Big score for the Eagles.
Hey, you said it earlier about Georgia Southern kind of settling in a little bit, right? They had some drops. They were fumbling the ball earlier. They now come into their own. They had a 9-play, 50-yard drive from midfield. It took up 4 minutes in which they scored. This one is an 11-play drive for 81 yards, and they do it in 10 minutes, 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
And they definitely calmed down. So I almost wonder with the communication now, the coach to player, and obviously J.C. French has the speaker in his helmet. He can talk to him up to 15 seconds on the play clock. So you can actually tell him some calming things as well, you know, not just the play call.
And the fair catch called for here for Boise State. Yeah, that's new this year too, right? Talk about that a little bit. The communication offensively and defensively.
Defensive players have it. The teams have iPads as well. They can come off the field, immediately see the plays. So yeah, technology has caught up to the game. College football is accepting of it, and it's a good thing for it. But yeah, that communication is big time. Right now, everyone says, oh, now you're not going to steal signals. Teams will still signal in certain formations, so there'll still be some shenanigans going on, but for the most part, can talk. And yeah, they'll just take a knee here. This is exactly what I would expect.
You get a lot more in-game adjustments on the fly as opposed to going into the film room on Sunday and saying, geez, how come we didn't see that?
Sometimes you ask a kid what happened. Hey, what technique was the D lineman in? And they're like, I don't know, and they tell you something and they're wrong. now you have it. You actually have the play immediately.
But that was a fun first half, and Georgia Southern, as we said numerous times, will get the ball to start the second half as they trail it by 12 here in the Week 1 opener, and the first time these two teams have ever got together on the football field, and that's the end of the first frame. Boise State 28, Georgia Southern 16. After the break, we head you back to the studio with Kevin Nagandi and Booger McFarland with a halftime report.
You're watching Modelo Kickoff Week.
Back in Statesboro, Georgia, 28-16. Boise State leads Georgia Southern as we get set for the start of the second half. Hi again, everyone. Mike Corey, Rini Angolia. It's a two-possession game. Georgia Southern gets the ball to start the second half. How important was that last drive at the end of the first half, though?
Huge. To me, it kept them in the game, and it gives them a chance for a 2-for-1. They get that touchdown. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, so it was much needed. But, you know, the story of the first half, Mike, with Boise State was Ashton JEANTY. He was everything we thought he was going to be and more. As we take a look at the first half highlights, great blocking. You see that hole. You just see the contact balance. I'll say that a lot with Ashton JEANTY. Stiff arm here to finish off that run. Takes it to the house, and that got his half started. And then a little stretch play again, good blocking, and then the spin, the cutback, the vision, good blocking by the wide receivers downfield, gets it in for the score. And then a good bounce back here by Georgia Southern. Jalen White takes the toss, lowers the shoulders. Bad snap, though, couldn't get the extra point, but a good score nonetheless. And then they bring the big boys in up front, defensive line blocking for JEANTY for touchdown 3, and now touchdown 4. Again, breaks a tackle, gets it in. It was all Ashton JEANTY in that first half.
344 total yards in the first frame for Boise State as well. And JEANTY with a new career high, 4 rushing touchdowns in a game, and we still have the whole second half to go here, so we'll see. But again, Eagles with the ball to start the second half have a chance to cut it down to a one-possession game, and it's been a fun one so far here throughout the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think coming into this, we thought this was a great Week 1 matchup. Boise State, national recognized team, comes across the country to play a really good Georgia Southern team out of the Sun Belt, which is an excellent conference. A little bit Sun Belt versus Mountain West as well, and it's lived up to it so far. And again, as you said, just a big score by Georgia Southern, getting that positive momentum for Clay Helton in the locker room. We'll see how they come out here in this second half.
DeAndre Buchanan is back deep. Gonna let it go over his head. He did have a 100-yard touchdown return last year. And he told the coaches, hey, it was actually 102. But it was like, well, it goes down as 100.
Yeah.
So. All right, J.C. French, report card on the Eagles quarterback from the first half.
It started slow, but listen, it's the first game of the season. Got into a little bit of rhythm, and you see that bottom line, though, the 9 carries for 33 yards. They got some quarterback runs for him. He picked up some big first downs, and he made some nice throws there at the end, especially for that touchdown. So I think he kind of eased into that first half and finished strong.
What about in the run game, though? He's actually their leading rusher today with 9 carries for 33 yards.
And they wanted balance, and by balance, more running attack, and got to get better up front.
Jalen White starts in the backfield, who you just mentioned had that touchdown in the first frame, and he gets the toss with some blocking in front and ekes out a couple yards up to the 27-yard line. Ahmed Hassanin with the tackle. Here's a look at the first half possessions for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, as I said, slow start, got going a little bit, and a big finish for them. And, you know, look at Jalen White. We talked to his coaches. He's a player they want to get 20, 25 touches a game to. So see if they get him going here in the second half.
French airs it out, sideline. LV Bunkley Shelton, and it's knocked down and incomplete. Good defensive play there by Devon Banks. The transfer out of Washington, number 20 for the Broncos.
Yeah, so that's one thing Boise State wanted to shore up was their back end. And so they're a very experienced defensive group. They only had 2 portal guys. One was Jeremiah Irby, a corner we've seen made some plays, and that other guy right there, Devon Banks. So two additions to that back end I think will really help them this season.
6 for 10 on 3rd down is Georgia Southern. A big one here to start the second half, and it's a bad snap. It goes through the hands of French. He picks it up, and he's just got to throw it away. And we've got a flag down.
Well, it shouldn't be intentional grounding because he was out of the pocket and got the ball back to the line of scrimmage. I think you're going to get a late hit here.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 15, defense. 5-yard penalty. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, and how about that? Bailed out by the Boise State defense. They didn't need to do that, Rainey.
That's the epitome of getting bailed out. I mean, he's just throwing this ball away. And I tell you, if you're a Boise State fan, you're like, that's not a penalty, this is football. But listen, you give a shot like that, the official's there, it's a little late, they're going to call it.
Yeah, they did on Jaden Virgin Morgan there, the sophomore defensive end, and that's tough. We'll see if we maybe end up coming back to that potential play if Georgia Southern gets something on this drive, and Jalen White powers his way for 8 yards. Penalties today. The Eagles are just 1. It's Boise State, Rainey, to have 6 penalties for 65 yards.
Yeah, and that one, as you said, just bailed them out. And again, football today is a little different, folks, than it used to be. They're going to protect quarterbacks. It's a point of emphasis, but it bailed them out. That's a big-time call.
Dallas goes in motion. Keeper by French, and he's undercut for a loss by Devon Banks. He's been in on a couple of plays here now. In this second half, it's a loss of 3.
The thing I really like about the corners in the secondary in general for Boise State, good in coverage, but they'll come up and run support. They're not afraid to hit, and that was a nice tackle right there by Devon Banks.
Now faced with a 3rd down once again. 3rd and 4 this time for the Eagles just before midfield. French gets it out quickly, and the catch is made by Derwin Burgess Jr. for the first down.
Yeah, and I like the experience of Derwin Burgess because when he makes that cut, he's at the sticks. He knows where he needs to make the catch. He goes down, but he's at the yard line to gain. It's a first down.
That's like your Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison type of play. Just get that slant, 4 or 5 yards. That's all you need, and they got it done. French now sideline again. Burgess, he's got it to the 15-yard line in front of Devon Banks that time, and the Eagles are in business.
And you talk about that experience of Derwin Burgess. He uses his left hand to hold off the defensive back. Watch, I don't know if we'll see it here, but he actually, uses that left hand, doesn't push off, so it's not offensive pass interference, but just gains a little separation.
31 yards on the play, right back to the outside here, and it's Jalen White, and he breaks free for the moment, gets to the 10. And that's 5 yards on first down. Andrew Simpson on the tackle.
Yeah. And if Andrew Simpson didn't hold on to that tackle, I think Jalen White scores down that right sideline. It's good effort there by the running back to keep those legs moving. That helmet and face mask, by the way, looks like what I wore in like the 70s as a young kid, Chuck Muncie was a guy that looked just like that old San Diego Charger, I believe. Used to wear he had the rec specs, the goggles on underneath too.
It's unique. 2nd and 6 here for Georgia Southern. Strong start already to the second half. French, he's keeping it for the touchdown.
To me, successful, right, for the 2-for-1 we talked about in the first half, but that to me is a result of getting that touchdown to end the first half because that gave him that positive momentum, go in, make some adjustments. Now, I know the Boise State fans are going crazy right now because they got bailed out with a roughing the passer call, but you just can't leave it to the officials, right? You can't get a late hit in that situation. You can't hit the quarterback at all. Keeps their drive alive, and they take advantage of it and put it in for a touchdown.
They certainly do. Instead of Boise State getting the ball back and a 2-possession lead, They get the 15-yard personal foul penalty on the quarterback, and J.C. French takes it himself for the score. It is a 5-point game here in Statesboro. It's a 5-point game here with Georgia Southern and J.C. French, who ran in for the touchdown. Offensive coordinator Ryan Applett had said, you know, this guy, his ability to not get worked up in certain scenarios is impressive. It could be 1st and 10 or 4th and 1 with the game on the line. You don't see anything different. He's the same guy, and he ends up scoring this touchdown, Reedy, that puts him within 5.
Yeah, before that, hit 2 nice passes to Derwin Burgess, 36 yards on those 2 receptions, and Burgess now 2nd all-time in school history with 1,886 receiving yards.
Very impressive after a little bit of a slow start in that first frame. So now it's Boise State's chance to return. They have not really seen the offensive side of the field for a while here.
And listen, a little stressed now, right?
Right.
Come back, halftime, all of a sudden, you're only up 5. Let's see how they can answer.
Caden Chan calls for the fair catch. And we'll tell you about an awesome game that you can check out tonight with Texas A&M hosting Notre Dame. How good is this going to be? Mike Elko, head coach at A&M, up against Riley Leonard, who he coached at Duke 2 years ago. He saw some of the quotes about that. It was crazy. Elko goes, it's interesting, weird, and not really something I want to do. Leonard saying, playing against Coach Elko, it's awesome.
Yeah. New offensive coordinator for Notre Dame, too. Mike Denbrock comes from LSU. So those are helmet communications. Although they have it, it's going to be very loud in College Station tonight.
Yes, it is. Game Day did an awesome job there earlier today. We watched the entire show. It was a fun atmosphere, and it will be tonight. Kyle Field. 1st and 10 for Boise State. JEANTY, who has a career-high 4 touchdowns rushing, is in the backfield. He gets the call, he's hit, and he still gets about 6 yards on 1st down. Latrell Bullard makes the tackle.
Yeah, very seldom do you see Ashton JEANTY go backwards. He's always falling forward. And you see their first half possessions, and yeah, no shock. You see the name JEANTY in 4 of those possessions.
It's impressive. 2nd down. Eagles wanted to bring some pressure. They do, and they stop him dead in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Going to be 3rd and 4 on the way. Isaac Walker was one of the first on the scene, along with M.J. Stroud.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do, right? You got to win at the line of scrimmage, win at the point of attack, and then get hats to Ashton JEANTY, and that's what Georgia Southern did that time.
2 for 5 on 3rd down today by the Broncos.
And defensive coordinator Brandon Bailey said, we have to be better on 3rd down. I want to be about 66% stopping them. They were only about 38% last year, so they want to get better. They got a chance right here.
Crowd making some noise here. The pass, JEANTY has it. He stretches, and he's going to have the 1st down. That's what he does.
Well, the incredible thing there is he gets hit. He's going to be short, but he has the balance to keep his knee off the ground. Watch, he's going to slide down. His knee doesn't hit. Oh, he stays in. He's able to dive forward to get it to the line to gain. Wow. Now his forearm hit.
Elbow, I was going to say.
The forearm
this
is down.
Is going to be looked at.
So where was the ball when that forearm hit?
Was that the runner made the line to gain. The previous play is under video review.
So that's what replay is going to do. I got a good look at it there. The hand and wrist is okay, but the forearm or elbow, when that hits, you are down. And now it's where the ball is. And the ball was in his right hand. So he's probably going to be short. Let's see here. He slips. He's down. He's short.
Yes,
he's
you're
short.
Right. That's before he stretches the ball. He's going to be shy of the 1st down.
To me, short of the 1st down by about a half a yard. I think he made it to about the 34.5.
That's a great job by them to take a look at that, and you're absolutely right. That left forearm down before the right arm with the ball stretches over the 1st down
From
line.
the booth, I was watching knees. I'm like, all right, knees are good, and then we get a replay. You're going to see this left forearm go down.
The ball was still on his hip there.
Knee, then his knee hits.
Yeah.
But at that point, he dove forward. But that left arm and elbow's down, so I think they're going to bring this back. Now, just got to get the spot right.
I almost think even when the knee did hit, did the ball even
that would have been close.
It doesn't matter. It's that arm first.
Yeah.
So, yep. Trennis Livingston, our official today, and here comes the call.
We should say there's collaborative replay, so the replay official here makes a decision, but it does go back to the video center as well, the Sunbelt Video Center for collaboration.
After video review, the runner was short of the line of game. His elbow was short of the line of game. The ball will be placed at the 34.5-yard line, 4th down.
And you got to punt this ball, right?
Yeah. To me, right now, Mr. Momentum is on the side of Georgia Southern. You got to punt this thing away.
Okay, so Isaac Walker on that tackle saves what would have been a first down from JEANTY, and they did not do a great job, right, of tackling him in that first down. So that's good for your confidence there. Like, hey, we stopped them, but they are going to go for it here, Rini, so look out.
Hey, that's why the head coach, Spencer Danielson, gets paid the big bucks. So here we go.
Sire Gaines is in the backfield. He gets the handoff, and he's going to be stopped. Georgia Southern on 4th down. They're going to take over inside of the Boise State 35-yard line. I'm not sure about that call.
Well, I told you what I would have done. I would have punted. But I'm up here, I'm not down there, and just the momentum has gotten even more on the side of Georgia Southern. I mean, look at the penetration to slow them up, and then Davon Gilmore, 15, gets there through the middle gap, and just a host of Georgia Southern defenders, and that's how you make tackles against a good running back.
And listen, no offense to Sire Gaines. He's the true freshman. I don't even know who might have even had a chance there because of the bull rush by the Southern defense. But what's JEANTY thinking on the sideline in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think they went with a bigger back, but as you said, with that penetration, that play was dead on arrival.
Georgia Southern now has a chance to take the lead, and the pass is overthrown, incomplete, looking for David Badinga, and French was facing heavy pressure.
And Badinga was wide open on that wheel. Yes, heavy pressure, so it's a hard throw for J.C. French, but if he could have even just underthrown that ball and let Badinga come back and make that catch, would have been a huge chunk play.
Georgia Southern has stopped Boise State on 2 4th and 1s today. And does this one give them a chance to take the lead? Second time they're starting in Boise State territory as well. French looking, going deep, and that is overthrown and incomplete, and they want a flag. They're not going to get it. Marcus Sanders Jr. was the intended target.
Yeah, that ball floated out of bounds. It wasn't catchable, so get a look here. You see the pressure, and you see how wide open Badinga was. I mean, he catches this, forget chunk play. He scores a touchdown, but French was under big pressure and just could not get him the ball.
Now, let me say this to you. Do you think Georgia Southern is thinking 4-down territory here, which is why they've gone for a couple of chunk plays?
Well, right now, yeah, they're in tweener land for sure. It'd be a long field goal from here.
Got to get something. French now to the outside. The catch is made. Is he in? Yes. Sam Kennerson for the first time today, and it's a gain of 16.
And that's a matchup you want if you're offensive coordinator Ryan Applin. Sam Kennerson, a quick slot receiver on a boundary safety. Alexander Tubner, but good concentration to make that catch.
Eagles moving quickly again. French in trouble, and he's going to get taken down. Nice job there by Jaden Virgin Morgan on the tackle. It's a loss of 2.
But he protects the football, right? Doesn't throw it up for grabs, tries to get forward, loses a couple, go down as a sack by that Boise State defense.
You're watching Modelo kickoff week here today from Statesboro, Georgia. We've got a good one. It was 28-9. Boise State was leading. The Eagles have a chance to take the lead on this drive here in the 3rd quarter. Low snap. French gets rid of it. Catch is made. LV Buckley Shelton, and he's pushed out of bounds immediately by Amarion McCoy for a gain of 4. So a big 3rd down is coming up here. And look, the Eagles are perfect in the red zone today. 4 for 4 with 3 touchdowns on the field.
And the other thing J.C. French has done when plays have broken down, he's able to make plays with his feet.
Right.
So something to watch for here if his intended receiver is not open.
Four receivers. David Badinga's in the backfield. French guns it. Catch is made. LV Buckley Shelton turns upfield. He's taken down at the 1. Zion Washington saved the touchdown. It's a 14-yard game.
I like that play. They go trips to the left, solo on the right, one-on-one. LV Buckley Shelton, just a little stop route. French puts it on him, and it's 1st and goal for the Eagles.
Bringing in an extra offensive lineman here. Johnny Brown III is checked in. Georgia Southern on the doorstep, looking for their first lead of the day. Badinga's in the backfield. He gets the call. No signal. He stops shy. It'll be 2nd and goal from just outside the goal line.
Yeah, tremendous penetration there by that Boise State defensive line. Good push. And it's a good call. It looked like he was going to get in, but he got tackled and turned, and the ball never broke the plane. It's a good job by the officiating crew.
Now Jalen White is in for Badinga. Clay Helton's group.
And White's the 220-pound back. He's the guy I would want carrying the ball here if you're going to run it again.
2nd and goal. It's White. White, touchdown. Georgia Southern has the lead.
Wow. When it was 28-9, if I would have told you, hey guys, we're going to be in the second half, they're going to be winning 29-28 and going for 2, you would have been like, get out of here. Again, how important was that score before half? That changed the momentum for Georgia Southern, and now they're winning this ball game.
Jalen White with 2 touchdowns today. I mean, they've held him in check. He's got 8 carries for only 14 yards, but those are 2 important touchdowns, obviously. They were 1 for 1 on 2-point conversions last year, Georgia Southern. So now with a 2-point conversion to try to push this lead up to 3.
And they wanted the left half, and the ref reset the play clock for them, so they don't have to rush here now on this 2-point conversion.
White is to the left of French. This is for 2. They blow it dead. Flag comes in.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start.
False start, offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty.
Still go for 2. I know that's. I know what you're thinking, right? You're asking me kick it now. Is that
you
what
want to get the point?
Yeah,
or,
but
why not?
I'm thinking that. And they are. You're right.
It's early. It's 6:48 to go.
Yeah, I'm with you.
In the 3rd.
Yeah, to me, I get it. Get the point. Go up by 2. You'd rather have the 2-point conversion. Get up by field goal. But I get you. You know, coaches have a handful of plays called and designed specifically for 2-point conversions. You know.
I totally got it in the normal circumstance.
From the 3, yeah.
Now you're backed up.
But now you're backed up, so you don't have a specific 2-point call. And you're right. Because it's still early in this second half, go ahead and kick it here. I agree with you, Mike.
So
and
Gavin Stewart.
Agree with Coach Helton.
Yeah. Right, I'm not the one. And it's good. So what a job and what a response by the Eagles. Down 28-9. Now they lead it 30-28. Six minutes and 48 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And how about this? Georgia Southern now leads Boise State 30-28. If you watched game day this morning, the entire panel had Boise State for the win today.
Yeah. Stanford Steve picked Georgia Southern as a super dog.
The super dog, yes. And he's looking pretty good with that right now.
And listen, I'm sure those kids saw that at the team hotel before they got on the buses and came over here. So, yeah, a little extra motivation. Got ourselves a ball game.
All right, so how do they get back into this thing here?
Again, go back to the 2nd quarter. This was the touchdown before the half, which was huge, gave them momentum, and they had a chance for a 2-for-1. They get the stop, right? The tackle that got reviewed, and then they go for it on 4th down, does Boise State. They get stopped. Give Georgia Southern great field position, and then they finish it off with a Jalen White touchdown. Georgia Southern has scored on 5 of their last 6 possessions.
It's incredible. And they have a 2-point lead. We've got a lot of time left in this game. And let's see if Boise State can respond. It's really been the Eagles that have had to have the response today. Now it's the Broncos' turn. Madsen's pass, and there it is. Caught by Caples. That's a nice catch across the 40. And it's a gain of 16.
Yeah, nice dig route against that zone coverage. Madsen puts it right on him, and that's a nice play on first down. That should loosen him up a little bit and give him some room to give it to Ashton JEANTY.
Well, you have so much respect for him, and obviously what he's already done in the first half of the 4 touchdowns. You're right. He should be able to get a few throws downfield, and they did just that on that last one. Pressure quick.
Got to 3rd and 6 now, though, so we'll see if this defense can step up and get another stop.
Injury timeout. We'll be back. All right, there's Justin Myers getting a little help off the field for Georgia Southern. Tough loss there for the junior safety.
Yeah, got leg whipped, so hopefully he's okay. Big 3rd down here, though.
3rd and 6, Boise State. JEANTY to the right of Maddox Madsen. Madsen gets it out. A first down catch is made. Nice job by Ben Ford to haul that one in. His first catch of the day, a newcomer to this team.
And what a throw by Maddox Madsen. He had he had pressure, so he had to do a sidearm sling. He's able to change the angle of his arm, put it on his receiver Ben Ford, keep this drive alive. And just you're gonna see the pressure. He scans the field, little sling, little 3-quarter with a guy in his face, gets it to Ford, keeps the drive alive. Big play for Boise State.
Another injured player here, too. And it's Deshaun Davis.
And that
cramping a little bit.
Yeah, so that's the elements right there.
You feel like you'd have more of that here today.
Yeah.
92 degrees.
Well, the training staffs, the sports medicine staffs do a tremendous job with hydrating these guys. They know. And you got to hydrate a day, 2 days before.
Well, while we have a moment, sorry about our Sunday night.
1 through 4, so you could be, I'll just pick a conference, you could be the ACC champion and be ranked 10th, but if you win your conference championship, you automatically go to 4. And so that's going to give some confusion to people, but you're a Power 4 team, you automatically get one of those 4 spots if you win your championship.
We'll be talking about it all season long, that's for sure. We'll keep you posted on it here. And it's 1st and 10 now for Boise State at the Georgia Southern 46. And JEANTY taken down after about 5 yards on that play. Once again, just want to apologize for the technical difficulties. A little bit of stuff going on here today. And I know we got a great game going on, so thanks for sticking with us here. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
I was going to say they've done a good job on JEANTY in the second half, but they really haven't had time to give him the ball.
It's back to him. And he powers his way for a couple more. This is, it's pretty interesting. You look at some of the stuff with this guy. In January, Ada County in Idaho had a contest to name their snowplows for the year. JEANTY's name was the most voted for, and a snowplow was named after him. He just seems like he's kind of like that.
I think that's fitting, absolutely. But a very fast snowplow.
Correct. 3rd and 2 for the Broncos to keep this drive alive. Caples in motion. They throw it to him, and he's got it. And let's see if the forward progress is enough for the first, and it should be, and it will be.
Clearly good call by Dirk Cutter, offensive coordinator. I like that. You see everything bunched up with Georgia Southern. You send Caples in motion, quick pass. Although he gets hit, he's past the line to gain forward progress. Good call.
1st and 10 now, the 35-yard line. Sire Gaines is back in the backfield. Picks up some blocks, and the pass is incomplete. There was a little bit of contact over there. The far side for Austin Bolt. Chance Gamble was all over him. No flags are down.
Yeah, looked like a lot of contact from up here. Let's get a look at it. One-on-one. Chance Gamble, one of the transfers they bring in. He's long. Yeah, that's pass interference.
Yes.
I mean, they missed that one. You got to throw that flag.
Just grab his jersey.
You know, Chance Gamble says, if you don't call it, it's a pass breakup. So, yeah, they got away with one there. And Boise State fans don't yell at me, guys. It was pass interference. They got away with one.
It's a 10th play of the drive coming up here for the Broncos. Swing out pass to Gaines, gets a block. Sire Gaines, first down and more inside the 25 of Georgia Southern and pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, outstanding blocking at the point of attack on the perimeter for Boise State, and then you get it to Sire Gaines, your young freshman, little swing route. Great blocking right there, beautiful. And he turns it up, picks up the first down.
That's a 12-yard gain. And they did a nice job of mixing him in and working him into the offense here today. Back to JEANTY with a career-high 4 touchdowns today, but all in the first half. Madsen throwing, catch is made. It's Cameron Camper reaching out and making the grab for yet another first down. It's a gain of 15.
Yeah, Georgia Southern's decided, hey, we're going to try to stop JEANTY, and we're going to have one-on-one matchups. And Boise State says, all right, we're going to go after you. And nice catch by Cameron Camper there.
Well, you talk about the response that Georgia Southern has had today. How about the response on this drive right now for Boise State? Both teams are perfect in the red zone. Broncos are 2 for 2 today with 2 touchdowns. From the 8, first and goal, it's out to JEANTY. JEANTY looking for his 5th touchdown today, going to be a little shy. And it was Marquez Watson-Trent that brought him down, gain of 6.
Yeah, following this big offensive lineman sweep right. Good job by the big man. It was Hall Schmidt out there in front, I believe. And you thought JEANTY was able to square those shoulders up and get in, but a good job by Georgia Southern, make that tackle. But down to the 1.
Second and goal here. Yep, from the 2. Let's see if they give the JEANTY and make it easy. They do. JEANTY, though, is hit. And he's going to be held up by Davon Gilmore.
JEANTY doesn't usually lose those one-on-one battles, but Davon Gilmore is a load. We've called his name out a bunch. He's a 250-pound middle linebacker, so that's just physics there, guys. That's physics. Gilmore's going to win that one.
Eagles have clamped down. It did look easy for JEANTY in that first half. Not so much so far here in the second half. Can they hold him here on 3rd and goal? From the 2. Timeout, Georgia Southern.
Clay Helton just ran like a 4.5 40 down the sideline to the line judge to get that timeout. They might have had too many guys on the field. But they get the timeout. And that guy right there, Davon Gilmore, if you notice, we've called his name out a ton in the second half. And, you know, we talked to defensive coordinator Brandon Bailey about him, and he wanted him to be aggressive, hit the A-gap, just cause havoc. Didn't really do it, was a little tentative in the first half. He's done it in the second half, and he's made some big plays.
It was really just about settling down for Georgia Southern. I mean, you said it a bunch because they had fumbled the ball 3 times in that first half. Luckily, they only lost 1. They were not sound on their gap assignments as JEANTY has run for a 77-yard touchdown and a 26. But now they've settled in. 14th play of the drive, though, here for Boise State. Trying to regain the lead on the doorstep. JEANTY, he's in this time, and it's his 5th of the day. He ties the school record with 5 touchdowns, and the Broncos are back in front.
And to me, that's just an attitude play. You're at the 1-yard line, you tell your offensive line, let's go get this. You bring 3 tight ends in there with JEANTY. Tremendous package. That's a 13 personnel. You got 2 tight ends there, and we got another one lined up. You give it inside to JEANTY, good push, and then that vision, just ease it, slide back inside for the touchdown, and now Boise State will go for 2.
3 for 5 on 2-point conversions last year for this group. This would make it a 6-point lead. Madsen to the end zone. It is caught. Count it. Cameron Camper. And they get the 2-point conversion to the back line of the end zone.
Yeah, when you have a big receiver like that, 6'3", 6'4", put it up high, let him go up, make the catch, toe tap, and talked about an answer, right? Outstanding answer by Boise State.
Excellent to know where you are, though, too, to get that 1 foot down, right, Rooney?
Yeah, you got to have that awareness in the back of the end zone, but I like how Madsen put it up high and let Camper go up and get it.
Maintains control of the catch to the ground. 2-point conversion. Scored 36-30.
You want to be a great team, Boise State, you need to answer on the road. You've flown across country to play this game. That was an answer right there. We got ourselves one heck of a week 1 ball game, and we thought we would.
We just said it. Most rushing touchdowns in a game. JEANTY adds his name to the list, tying the school record. 1:07 to go in the third. Last year, he had 14 rushing touchdowns all season, and he had 5 receiving. What a way to start the 2024 campaign here today.
Yeah, with a bang.
Thomas kicks off. Touchback again here for the Eagles, working with 1:07 to go in the third quarter. And they've been very effective, since trailing 28-9 in this game. What do you think we're expecting here on this sequence?
Same thing. They're trying to get that good mixture of run pass, right? J.C. French has completed a few passes. They've gotten Derwin Burgess going. Like to see Jalen White going, or whatever running back they decide to go with. Looks like it's going to be O.J. Arnold here. He's their speedster home run hitter. They try to, would love to get him the ball in space because he's the type of guy that can take it, 75 yards to the house.
It's a reverse here. Cobb's got it now. Dalen Cobb, and he's off to the races. Gets across the 45 and to midfield after taking it from O.J. Arnold. Nice looking play there. Jeremiah Irby makes the tackle.
Yeah, look at this thing. Full speed, little reverse. Nice job by Cobb to set up this block right here. Big offensive lineman Bryson Broadway out in front. And a big chunk play to start this possession. Brian Apple, an offensive coordinator, pulling them all out of the bag week 1. We've seen a lot today.
Yep. Yeah, that one worked well to the tune of 24 yards. We've got 30 seconds and ticking left in the third. French taking a shot over the middle. Burgess, he has it. Derwin Burgess Jr. Heads up.
Yeah, he's one-on-one with the corner, Amarian McCoy. There's no safety in the middle of the field. J.C. French knows that and leads him to the middle of the field perfectly, and they're going to go fast. But not fast enough to beat the quarter. The third quarter ends with a bang.
Yes, it does, and Georgia Southern will have first down and goal from the 3 when we come back.
The strike by J.C. French, Derwin Burgess, 48 yards, first and goal for Georgia Southern when we come back.
You're watching Modelo Kickoff Week.
We welcome you to the fourth quarter here today from Georgia Southern, Statesboro, Georgia, and what a game we have. 36-30, Boise State leads for the time being. It is first and goal for the Eagles from the 3 to start the fourth quarter. O.J. Arnold to the backfield. French keeps it. He's going to be taken down. Jeremiah Irby on the tackle for Boise State, no gain.
Yeah, look like they wanted to go speed option to the boundary, but dropped the snap. Wisely picks it up and just gets forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down and goal here. Personnel change. Burgess is back in, had that big reception to get him down to this point. 46 yards to the 3-yard line. He's at the top of the screen. Arnold's in the backfield, 2nd and goal, Eagles. Keeper again, French. And again, same result. Taken down. Irby is there. What a job by number 6.
Yeah, we've talked about Irby and run support today. He's up there, and for a second, you hear a crowd erupting. It's a zone read. French pulls it. You think he's going to get around the corner, and Irby's there to make the tackle.
Transfer from Cal. Members of the program said he could really be the surprise potential player of the Mountain West this year. And really good plays in the last couple. 9 for 13 on 3rd down here for Georgia Southern today. Pretty good percentage. 3 yards for the score. Arnold stays in the backfield to the right of French. Looking to the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown. It's Bo Johnson on the reception for the score. And we are tied at 36.
And you see Johnson, he's just in that flex position, just goes over, sits. You saw the running back, O.J. Arnold, go to the flat. He kind of drew the attention of that Boise State defenders there. Johnson just posts up, gets over the goal line. French puts it on him. And we got ourselves one heck of a ball game.
Gavin Stewart's extra point has put the Eagles in front 37-36. Bo Johnson on his first catch of the day, and it's for a 3-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are back in front. Hang on tight, everyone. 13:30 to go. 3-yard touchdown catch by the senior tight end Bo Johnson for Georgia Southern, and his first catch of the day has put the Eagles back in front. He only had 3 catches all of last year for 25 yards, played in 11 games. It's a 6th year for him, and that was a big one.
Yeah.
And what a game we have today.
And he does a lot of dirty work. He's in there, he's blocking, running routes, and that time, nice little stop route. French puts it on him. Big time touchdown.
Tomorrow night on ABC, our Modelo Vegas Kickoff Classic on ESPN Plus as well. Of course, our stellar day, Labor Day weekend of college football continues. Number 23 USC, number 13 LSU. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern. We talked about the 2 quarterbacks having to step in for some of the greats there. Caleb Williams has departed. Jalen Daniels has departed. It's Miller Moss and Garrett Nussmeier going at each other tomorrow.
It's an SEC Big Ten showdown tomorrow night. Sounds a little weird saying that, but it is.
The great weekend of college football rolls on, and we've got a stellar one here. 13.5 to play in the game. Boise State back on offense. Ashton JEANTY, breaks free. Has a player tracking him down. It's TJ Smith. Can he get to him? JEANTY, touchdown, get out of town. 75 yards, a new school record, 6 touchdowns today.
It's a pretty good answer.
He is still down here.
And he's got to just be cramping because he was giving everything he can. So we talked about the big linebacker, Davon Gilmore. He's just hitting the A-gap. He crushes the A-gap. JEANTY pushes, sees that, has the vision to slide to the left. He does, and just gives everything he has down this left sideline to get in. He dives right here. Clearly a touchdown, good call. And you know, you don't want to speculate, but it's hot, the way they're stretching his leg out. Got to believe he's cramping the way they're rubbing him. I'm a former running back. I've never really had a cramping problem like that. I was more of a mutter when I ran.
Well, if I had rushed for a 77-yard, 26-yard, 75-yard touchdown today and a new school record, I'd be cramping up too. Unbelievable. that ties the Mountain West record, too, by the way, of 6 rushing touchdowns in a game. Now sitting up and getting some help here. Boy, let's hope that's all it is. But look at these numbers. This is ridiculous. 19 carries, 249 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Listen, when most people run 249 yards, they lay down and rest anyway. So
right.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
The crowd reacting to thinking that he lost the ball before he crossed the goal line. We feel like he did stretch over and have possession, and then it came loose. I mean, they're obviously looking at it.
Yeah, let's look at it again.
Let's look at it again. But I feel like
that's
he has it.
Yeah, he starts to lose it. Listen, I say this analogy all the time, Mike. The front of the line, the very front of the line, okay? Picture the front of the line, a sheet of water that goes to infinity, okay? If the nose of the football touches the front of that line and puts a ripple in it, you have broken the plane. That's a touchdown. To me, the ball clearly broke the plane before he lost control of it. And replay looked at it just because he doesn't stop. They're looking at it, but he did lose control, but the plane was broken. And it really wasn't close in my estimation.
No, and the touchdown is good, and now they're going to go for 2 again. Now to try to make it a 7-point game. Gaines in the backfield. Madsen, shotgun formation here. They converted the last 2-point conversion try. Madsen, it's intercepted. And Marquez Watson-Trent picks it off. So they don't get the 2 this time, and it stays a 5-point game.
Yeah, it looked like he had Sire Gaines in the flat. If he would have went to him immediately, he didn't. He comes off him. He goes to the back. They get the touchdown, though, nonetheless.
249 rushing yards by Ashton JEANTY. 3rd most in school history. 6 touchdowns is the most. We'll be back. Time for today's best moment, brought to you by AT&T 5G.
Well, we should put an S on the end of moment because it's plural. It's moments. And they're all from Ashton JEANTY with 6, count them, 6 touchdown runs today. He's been electric. Everything we thought he would be and more. Contact balance, spinning, stiff arms, lower the shoulder, you name it. He's done it today. He's been outstanding.
And here's number 6. As we said, it's a school record. It ties the Mountain West record for touchdowns rushing in a game, and the 249 rushing yards, 3rd most in school history. And that's right, the Heisman pose. That's from his first touchdown today, as if he knew that something was brewing here for this 2024 season. And I would say he's certainly a candidate for that. Yeah,
you know, they got the video game out to promote him. Well, he's got video game-like numbers today.
He does. It's really perfect in their promotion for him to get the Heisman. Buchanan on the return here for Georgia Southern, and he's undercut at the 17-yard line. All right, so the Eagles, first 3 drives today, 2 punts, 3 fumbles, 1 lost, 1 field goal. What have they done since?
Yeah, a very slow start, but since then, how about 7 drives, 5 touchdowns, a field goal, and 1 punt. So they've actually really turned it on here, and they look good offensively now.
And players are starting to get involved, right? It just took a little bit of time. You had Dalen Cobb, Derwin Burgess, who made some nice receptions today. LV Bunkley Shelton. Bo Johnson has a touchdown. Sam Kennerson on a big catch, I believe, earlier.
Jalen White, O.J. Arnold both getting involved, so you love it when you can spread it around like that.
Yep, Josh Dallas, Tyler Fromm, the tight end. This is a pretty good group here. So what do they have now on this sequence on 1st and 10? White's in the backfield. It's a fake to him, and the pass over the middle is caught by Marcus Sanders Jr. Yeah, let's not forget about him either. He's a little bit of a sleeper for this team, too. He's made some nice receptions today.
They've got some nice one-on-one battles on the outside. J.C. French has identified him and put the ball on his receivers.
It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down. Play fake on the slant. It's Bo Johnson on his 2nd catch today. The first one was a 3-yard touchdown in the last sequence, and he's still going.
Yeah, that's a shifty little play call. I like that. They fake the bubble screen to 25 Jalen White, and the receiver looks like he's going to block Bo Johnson. Then he just kind of slides out in the pattern, and French puts it on him for a nice, 7-yard gain on 1st down.
feel like when your corners are playing off a little bit like that, you've got opportunities to do that all day. Hand off to White. Going to be shy of the first down, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 40. Andrew Simpson on the tackle.
And you see Ryan Applin, offensive coordinator, talking to J.C. French, because he can, until that play clock hits 15.
The headset communication out of season. Here comes some pressure from the Broncos. Do they bring it? Sanders is in motion. Keeper by French. He's got the first down and more. That's nice. That's a gain of 6.
You know, how many times you see a quarterback on a quarterback sneak just put his head down, not really look, and go forward and get stuffed? He sees where the soft spot is, slides all the way out by the right tackle, turns it up, and picks up the first down.
Michael Callahan is down to a knee for Boise State. 60-year player. And how about this note?
I know exactly.
He was accepted to all 8 Ivy League schools.
So you're saying he's smart?
Yeah. That's just very impressive,
yeah,
obviously. Callahan, a senior from Yorba Linda, California. They're attending to him. French today for Georgia Southern. Their leading rusher, 15 carries, 45 yards and a touchdown. I mean, you talked about it earlier. Now you're starting to see that dual threat ability, and this could be really good for the Eagles this season.
Yeah, and we talked about it. They didn't really intend on using him specifically in the run game with zone read, quarterback power, but they said they can do it with him, and he is athletic enough. And so I think this game dictated that, hey, he's got to make plays with his feet, and he's done it nicely, especially in the second half.
Out of Roswell, Georgia, the transfer out of Memphis. They said he was very efficient in that preseason, had basically just 1 interception per 154 throws.
That's what they looked at.
Yeah, and that's why he got the job. David Dallas and Dexter Williams are the backup QBs. They like the depth, though, they have in that quarterback room moving forward. It's another reverse here. DeAndre Buchanan after the header from Cobb, and Buchanan, nice job to pick up 11 yards and a first down for the Eagles.
And you feel bad. Big right tackle Bryson Broadway playing his tail off. He's downfield blocking. I think he actually tripped up Buchanan, but you can't fault him. He's downfield, he's blocking, and they're throwing everything at this Boise State defense with this game plan.
Well, you talked about some of these exotic play calls from offensive coordinator Ryan Applin, and it takes time to develop and set them up, right? And now they're starting to put them out there. 10.5 to go here in the contest. French pressure, hit as he throws. It's up for grabs, and it's knocked down and incomplete. Sanders was the target, but Zion Washington knocked it down for the Broncos. Boy, French took a hit.
Well, and that's one where, boy, that one could have been intercepted. I think if Zion Washington locates that ball earlier, he intercepts it. But, yeah, I mean, he just couldn't get into the ball. You see Rodney Robinson, number 4, the nickel, comes on a blitz, hits him low. There's pressure atop. The ball kind of flutters. And, again, lucky for J.C. French that Washington didn't locate that ball.
French trying to get it to Johnson. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 here.
And they had that. That was a good play call. That was a middle screen to Bo Johnson, the offensive lineman out front. The one thing I would say for J.C. French on those little slip screens, maybe take just a little bit off the throw. He's done that a couple times today, and I just think it got on Bo Johnson quicker than he thought, because that could have been a big play.
Third and 10. They're 11 of 15 on 3rd down today, 73%. You'll take that. They'd love it to be more and convert here. French, oh, he's going to be sacked. Hit, the ball is loose, and it goes out of bounds. Simpson knocks it away. He's done that today. It's twice now. Andrew Simpson getting in there to strip the ball off of J.C. French.
Yeah, and luckily for Georgia Southern, it goes out of bounds, because that was close to getting recovered. And they'll punt it away. Haven't had a lot of punts today, especially in this second half. Just Great job by Simpson. You get from behind, you give that big hack down, knock that ball out. You get a strip sack there for Andrew Simpson. He goes out of bounds, and Georgia Southern will punt this away.
First punt this half for either team. It's Alex Smith, and a fair catch is going to be called for and made by Caples. And we will step aside. 9:42 to go in this one. 5-point lead, Boise State.
ESPN College Football is brought to you by McDonald's and Progressive Insurance. Protect the stuff you love with Renter's Insurance. Visit progressive.com.
We are back here, 42-37. Boise State leads it by 5, and they got the ball back on offense.
Yeah, and you see the scoring by quarter. It's been an exciting game. Other than that slow start from Georgia Southern, we talked about how they've come on.
They were down 28-9 in this game. Madsen's pass is caught by Camper. First down up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and they've run that play before. It's just too easy. That's just a deep dig route by Camper. Play action, which holds the linebackers down. Then it's one-on-one dig route. Camper runs a nice route on Dorian Smith, the corner. It's just pitch and catch. Madsen to Camper.
That's a gain of 21 here. Pretty darn good numbers today. 55 plays, 539 yards. Still have 9:05 to go in the game. JEANTY, big part of that with his 249 and adding to it on this run.
Yeah, he's just the use of the stiff arm. I love it. Doesn't get used enough. Tyrell Jackson, the safety, comes up. See you. Ball's in the proper arm, which allows him to hit that stiff arm. Turns the corner. And he says, "Listen, man, I'm going for 3 bills today." All right.
He's getting there.
Yeah, he is.
That's another 18-yard run there.
He's tired, and rightfully so.
It puts him to 267. Sire Gaines is in. The freshman, true freshman, carries. He's had a really nice debut in a Boise State Broncos uniform.
And again, the tight ends for Boise State block exceptionally well. Matt Lauder that time comes, a little kick out block. Sire Gaines comes in behind him. Little off tackle, a nice 8-yard pickup on first down.
JEANTY, as you saw the numbers, 267, 4 receiving yards, so 271 total today that he's accounted for.
Yeah, when you rush for that much, don't worry about catching it.
Second and short, he's out now right now as Gaines is staying in. Gaines has the first, powers his way inside the 30. Keeps going inside the 10, touchdown. Sire Gaines, 38 yards for the true freshman.
It's the same play they just ran to the right, where Matt Lauder had the kick-out block. Same play, they run it to the left. They run it to the field side this time. Lauder's going to lead block again right here, but this time he's able to turn up and kind of hook block because there's no one to kick out. Does a tremendous job getting upfield. You saw Roger carry on 62. He was able to hook block the right guard, and then Sire Gaines, 17 years old, first career touchdown. It's a good looking play.
I mean, that's how you draw it up with the office, right? You know, and I mean, you saw it. You just said it. Lauder, he was kind of looking back like, did I miss anybody? And I didn't know. And he went downfield and just helped him get that touchdown.
So normally Lauder would kick out. Gaines would come up in front, but there was no one there. Roger Carrion pulled as well, 62. He was able to get the block. Lauder rightfully just went upfield. Sire Gaines follows him. We've had answer to answer to answer to answer today. I mean,
well, he's going to remember that. His first rushing touchdown of his college career. And he has looked really, really good. I mean, you think as good as JEANTY is, and this may be the last year for him at the college level, it's like, well, we got the guy waiting in the wings right here.
Yeah.
And he's a true freshman, 17 years old, the 4th youngest player in all of FBS. Here it is again.
Now let's take a look at it again. This is an old counter tray. See the blocking, and then the setup there by Sire Gaines I love too. He kind of went in to his tight end Lauder and kind of directed him in the back. where to block, and then he was able to explode off it and get into the end zone. I mean, you're talking about a 17-year-old true freshman. He's 6 foot 210. He doesn't have the body of a 17-year-old. He's a man.
And the offensive line has been outstanding, too. We cannot forget about that. I mean, Boise State has had 5 rushes for 20-plus yards today, and 4 of those 5 have gone for touchdowns. Buchanan for the return here, spinning to the 25. We're going to cap off our stellar Labor Day weekend of college football on Monday night on ESPN. BC is on the road at Florida State. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern there. Florida State, they need that, obviously. The 3-point loss to Georgia Tech in Ireland to start things off.
So I'm curious to see how Florida State plays up front, because they got beat up front by Georgia Tech in DJ Uyunglele. He's got to be more accurate down the field. I've got a feeling Mike Norvell will stretch the field vertically, which they really didn't do in Ireland, but it's a must-win for Florida State.
Well, with the 12-team college football playoff right now, you got a little bit more.
But if you lose that, you're 0-2
well, no, I know.
Conference. So that's why I said, if you're Florida State, you got to win this.
Right. And that was the case, I guess, after the Georgia Tech loss. But you're right. Now it's a little more dire need. You can't start 0-2. Arnold in the backfield here for Georgia Southern on this set. 1st and 10 from the 25. Deep ball. Is there a flag? No. Dalen Cobb, the intended target.
Well, I'm surprised, because I thought Ty Benefield had hands on him and turned midway through the route. I fully expected a flag to be thrown. Let's take a look. He's in the slot, makes the move. There goes the hands. He got him off quick. We've seen that thrown before because he impeded him. The official felt not enough.
French dumps it off. It's incomplete. Looking for Arnold. It's going to be 3rd and 10. I mean, they got to score in this drive.
Yeah, and that was the right play call. I mean, if Arnold catches that, he may still be running. I mean, those are the plays that you got to make plays when you get an opportunity. It's on his fingertips. Goes incomplete, and now you're 3rd and 10.
I mean, it's going to make it tough. It's a 2-possession game here.
It's 2 possessions.
With 12 points, 2 touchdowns. This is big, 3rd and 10. Here comes the pressure. French gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. It was Josh Dallas working against Zion Washington, and French did not have a lot of time. He had to hoist it up, and now you got 4th and 10.
Yeah. Throws it up. Dallas goes up, tries to high point it. But the defensive back, Zion Washington's right there, step for step. And yeah, Mike, they're gonna go for it here. So for all intents and purposes, you almost feel like this is a ball game if they don't get this.
Yeah, I think they must feel like, hey, defensively, we're a little probably tired at this point. Worn down. Yeah, this might be their best opportunity. 4th and 10. French, incomplete. Wanted Derwin Burgess. And that hurts for the Eagles as Boise State's going to take over at the 25-yard line of Georgia Southern with a 12-point lead and 7:15 to play in the game.
Yeah, I saw a happy head coach Spencer Danielson there, and Eric Shenander, defensive coordinator. He's in the box up here. Got to be happy with the way his defense has responded in certain situations today, for sure.
I mean, 86 total points on the board today between these two teams, but yeah, defensively, both are going to go back and say, hey, we can't give up these big plays. Game changers.
But also in today's college football, points are going to be scored, and you got to get stops at opportune times, and that was one there.
Oh, look out. What a hit. As Gaines had it, and it was Davion Rhodes that laid the lumber on that one.
Yeah, and now you're just selling out, right? He's at this defensive end spot. Look at that. Just shoots out of a cannon. The offensive lineman pulls to try to block him, but he's in a 4-point stance. He just shoots right out there.
And that's what you needed to push him back here. It's Absolutely. 2nd and 15 from the 30. Madsen. Over the middle, there's a lot of contact there. The pass incomplete, and no flags are down. He wanted Camper. Oh, and here it comes. As Gamble was tied up with him.
Yeah, I was about to say, I guess they're letting him play on both sides, and
I wonder if it might be offensive pass interference here on Camper.
We'll see. Take a look at it here. Left side of the screen. Hands all over him right there. He's riding them. And now that's got to be defensive PI.
Pass interference. Offense.
Yeah,
Number 9.
Offense. There you go.
From the previous spot. Replay. Second
So it
down.
looked like he got interfered with first from what I looked at. And then towards the end, because he got pulled. So listen, hey, that's the call. So we've seen some calls today. But you need breaks to go your way, too. And Georgia Southern will clearly take that.
I'm going to credit our spotter, Dave Kelly, on that one. He saw that one. Great stuff, Dave. He's done a great job today, along with Alan Thrifley Jr., our statistician up here in the booth. It's been a lot of fun here for this game.
Sure has.
As JEANTY with that single-game school record. And the 6 rushing touchdowns. First player in the last 20 seasons with 6 rushing touchdowns in a season opener. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
The way to come onto the scene to begin a new football campaign.
And listen, if you're Spencer Danielson, you want him sitting right there for the last 6 minutes and 34 seconds. You do not want to have to put him back in. And they trust young Sire Gaines. We just saw his first career touchdown. But now we're second and we're in South Georgia, so a country mile would be appropriate. 30, second and 30, is my math right?
Yeah, first down marker is at the 15.
Yeah.
So to stay in the game, I mean, that's exactly what you needed if you're Georgia Southern.
You got the TFL, then you get the offensive pass interference, and there Boise State's backed up.
Yeah, this is not over yet. 6:34. There's still a lot of time. Gaines has it. Got to make a play here, though. And Gaines takes it again. And he fumbles the football. It's loose. Georgia Southern. Chance Gamble stripped it. Let's see, did they get it back? Boise State has recovered it. Austin Bolt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen, Georgia Southern gives up another big run. You just can't do that, but they don't give up on the play. It gets punched out here at the end. The young running back needs to learn. They're going to come from behind. Chance Gamble strips it, but Austin Bolt, wide receivers there, jumps on it.
And you talk about it all going the Eagles' way. Well, that one is certainly went Boise State's way with 3rd and 2 now. And they can really put the hurt on here if they pick up this first down. Madsen, pressure in his face. He dumps it off. Gaines has it. And Sire Gaines has another touchdown. $17 yards, and that one may seal it.
Yeah, 3rd and 3 there. You thought, okay, they're probably going to run it with the big back. They don't, but they slide him out into the flat. Good job by Maddox. Madsen, roll to the right. He's going to have a little pressure, puts it on the money to Gaines. Turns up and in for the score.
Well, it goes without saying that teams are going to have a little bit of a problem with this running back combination for this Boise State Broncos team with Sire Gaines, a true freshman, the junior, and Ashton JEANTY. Look out. And this is exactly what they wanted to start off this campaign with this kind of effort. They've thrown up 56 points. And their second half drives, after a turnover on downs, Rennie, touchdown, 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 touchdown.
Running backs have been incredible, especially Ashton JEANTY. Everything we thought he was going to be and more. I can't credit the offensive line of Boise State enough, and those tight ends. Been just tremendous tonight up front. And then talk about Maddox. Madsen won the job. People were surprised he won the job. He's just 21 of 30 for 272 yards and a TD today as well.
Yeah.
Leading this offense. So
372 yards on the ground today. And they were a top 10 rushing offense last year, 6th with 214 yards a game. And what a way to start here today. Kickoff out of bounds, and we better field position to start here for Georgia Southern, but You're in a tough spot here now, down 19,
Yeah,
5:42 to go.
Never makes coaches happy when kickers kick it out of
First and
bounds like that.
10,
You're just
Georgia
giving
Southern.
away free yardage.
Overall today, let's get your assessment. Let's start with Georgia Southern. You know, I mean, they were down 28-9 early.
Slow start. You love their moxie. They needed a score at the end of the half. They got it. They come out, start the second half, get the score, momentum, back in this game, have played their tails off on both offense and defense. I mean, they've played really hard today. Again, Boise State, this is a really good team, right? Again, most experts, quote-unquote experts, have picked them to make the college football playoff, win the Mountain West.
Pass gets out to White. And nothing doing there. I mean, Georgia Southern took the lead in this game, 30-28. But since then, Boise State has outscored them 28-7 to now have this 19-point lead.
And you see big Sheldon Newton, 320-pound nose guard. And this is the time of the game. I mean, it's hot, it's humid. We're getting towards the end, and guys are just worn down because they're playing their tails off. So, see big Sheldon holding that left calf. It's a big left calf, too. But listen, proud of both these teams have played hard. You know, now if you're Boise State, 5:31 left, you give the underneath stuff to Georgia Southern. You just come up and make tackles. Let that clock run. Get out of here with a hard-fought win. Get home and prepare for one of the best teams in the nation in Oregon. But there's still 5:31 left. You got to finish this thing off.
Yeah, that's right.
Boise State.
They got Oregon next week, and then Georgia Southern is at Nevada for week 2. But yeah, I mean, with this offense, and you know, there is some incredible defensive players on this Broncos team. They got to shore up a couple things. Of course, it's week 1.
Listen, we say it all the time. It sounds cliche, but it's true. The biggest jumps that teams make is from week 1 to week 2. Okay.
Now you look at this, and you've said with some of the competition on this schedule,
it's a tough schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, but if they do really well, and potentially they win their conference and they become that highest rated.
And the committee is going to really put an emphasis on strength of schedule. I mean, they start the season, they fly across the country to play this game. Then you play Oregon.
Yep.
You play Oregon State this year, Washington State as well. You know, so 3 power programs. You're not shying away. And then, of course, you got to go through a very good Mountain West Conference. So it's a tough schedule for Boise State, but I think they're up to it.
Numbers-wise, we said 372 rushing yards for Boise State. 376 is the total yards that Georgia Southern has in the entire game. This is crazy. 644 total for the Broncos as French keeps it to the sideline. There is a flag back at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the center, 57, Chandler Strong, might get called with a hold. We'll see what the call is. But if I was a betting man, I would think that's what it is. But we'll see. They're talking about it.
Holding. Offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
All right, so Boise State assessing what they did here today with the talent that they have, and then going to Oregon next week. What would you say?
So offensively, good, right? Yeah, they'll clean some stuff up. Defensively, I know, you know, they had them where they wanted. They let them back in the game to take the lead. So Eric Shenando, defense coordinator, clean stuff again. You're going to make the big improvements week 1 to week 2. But if you're Spencer Danielson, you're really happy that you were winning. You gave up the lead, but then you fought back, right?
Second down and long. Pass dumped off to White and pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Also want to give a little bit of credit to special teams, first for Boise State and their special teams coordinator, Stacy Collins. They got 2 of the best in terms of James Ferguson Reynolds, their punter. Didn't have to see him a lot today, but he was #1 in the nation last year. Then Jonah Dalmas, their great kicker. So that's part of the team too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's going to be big moving forward this year to know you've got 2 really strong, confident people in those positions. And then a lot of credit to Turner West as well, too, special teams coordinator for Georgia Southern. Had a nice conversation with both of those guys this week, and you forget about how much that is a part of football that you got to have those positions shored up.
There's no doubt about it. You want to be an elite team. You want to make the college football playoff. You need elite special teams, good kicking and punting. There's no doubt.
Josh Dallas with a catch and a first down for Georgia Southern to the 45. Clock coming up on 4 minutes to go in this one. French tries to get out of it. There's a flag down. He's taken down from behind by Simpson. Saw some nice things out of French, though, today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Made some plays with his feet, made some nice throws.
He was 26 of 44.
Holding. Offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down. Timeout.
276 yards through the air for French, winning 2 touchdowns, and he had 37 on the ground, including a touchdown. So, yeah, I just want to give a lot of credit to him.
He's done some nice things, and, you know, we talked about Ahmad Hassanin, and he wanted a sack right there. Yeah. Got held by Don Boyd. Never makes guys happy. They get held, can't get a sack, but get the holding call and timeout.
Big thanks to our producer today, Scooter, Scott Snyder, along with Mike Miller, our director, John Simeon, our technical director, with Julia Zacote, Tuck Cryer, Warner Maney, Chris Pavlovich. A lot of great people on this crew. Audio today with John McCoy, Joseph Herman, Scott Williams, Victor Wilder. Our video, Eric Filios, and replay with Tracy Cook. Eric's been doing this for almost 50 years. Pretty impressive, to say the least. We talked about Alan Thrifley Jr., our statistician, Dave Kelly, our spotter, and Hunter Mosley on stage here.
None of those people are playing hooky from another job because you just got them in trouble. But in all seriousness, they've done a great job. It's been a great crew. Love to get week 1 off to a great start like we've had, and a great game to boot.
French going deep, and the catch is made. DeAndre Buchanan. Now, what are they saying here?
They're saying incomplete. The ball hit the ground, so we'll get a look at it here. He's in the slot right there. It's Buchanan. Locates the ball.
Ooh, it was bobbled, but he...
Second down.
Did it hit the ground?
See, he's saying it hit his body because he was adamant that he caught the ball. Now, the field judge saw it bounced up. Hopefully he's not guessing, because he believes when it was on his body and went up and he caught it. Now, again, does replay have a view that's indisputable that shows, and this is going to be our best look here.
The
Watch the
one on
ball.
the field was an incomplete pass. The previous play is under video review. Timeout.
Well, he's got it.
That's a catch. That ball never hit the ground. I mean, the field judge saw it bounced up.
Yeah,
I'm going to say he assumed it hit the ground. You never want to assume. We all know that. You know, the other angle, I think, was the best because it showed that the ball never hit the ground. And look at the concentration by DeAndre Buchanan. And, you listen, usually when a player gets up and he's emphatic that he caught the ball, he caught it, right?
We had some good shots right here on this. And look, I don't see the ball hitting the ground.
Oh, it clearly doesn't. That's the best shot right there.
That's great.
Great job, folks.
Yeah. And
camera work.
Perfect.
Spot on.
Exactly. And while we have that opportunity, big thanks to our camera crew because those are some amazing shots. Dan Johnson today, Frankie Reeves, Jeffrey Barley, Scott Maley, Trevor Butts, and Stephen Barry. Good work, guys.
Yeah, that last shot was the money shot. I mean, clearly saw the ball never hit. They'll overturn this to a catch, and this will be a big play for Georgia Southern, and 3:42 left, and they'll be on the line of scrimmage ready to go. We had a lot in this game. Week 1's good for us.
Yes.
Got a lot out.
We have.
A lot of work.
We have a game of the weekend going here for a while, right? I mean, this is high intensity and back and forth.
After video review, the receiver caught the ball at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Georgia Southern.
There's a lot of talented wideouts and tight ends on this Georgia Southern team. I mean, they have involved a lot of people in this game today. I mean, you know, Clay Helton and Ryan Applin, the OC, they've got a good group here. This is a tough team that they're playing, and so I'm looking for big things potentially out of the Eagles this year too.
Sunbelt's a good conference. They're going to compete. They're going to play their tails off. There's no doubt.
And they still are here in this game, and that says a lot too. 34-yard gain with 3:42 to go. They've got one timeout remaining. White in the backfield, 4 receivers set. White's got it. Nice moves here. Jalen White gets a block on the edge. Burgess on the nice block from the wide receiver, and he goes out of bounds at first down. They're going to mark him out at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 18.
Yeah, and Jalen White, you see he's got that C, one of the captains. Talked about it earlier. Wanted to get him 25 touches. Haven't been able to do that today, but that was a nice run there. And he's a player this season. He's going to get a lot of work for Georgia Southern.
Red zone for the Eagles today. 6 for 6. You see the numbers. Boise State 4 for 4. That pass incomplete for Buchanan. So under 3 minutes to go now in the contest. French lofts it up, end zone, nothing there. Looking for Cobb. Zion Washington defending.
Yeah, we called Zion Washington's name out a bunch today.
Yes.
Very good coverage by Washington. He's come up and run support as well. You know, interesting, you know, Andrew Simpson, the linebacker, wears the communication on defense. Mm-hmm. If it's not him, it would be Alexander Tubner. But if the third guy, Zion Washington, the field safety, would put it on. So it's interesting talking to the coaches about who they would talk to.
French on third down. Rolling away from pressure. Throwing on a run across his body. Cobb, no. And the ball is out of bounds, incomplete. Ronnie Robinson almost had the interception. It's going to be 4th and 10.
Yeah, excellent break on the ball by Rodney Robinson. Nice job by French to give Dalen Cobb a chance. Robinson breaks on it and just can't make the interception, but he breaks the play up.
So 2:44 to play in the contest. 4th and 10. From the 13. Dallas goes in motion. Low snap for French. Gets rid of it. Over the middle. It's caught. And it's a first down by Buchanan inside of the 2-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 1.
Wow, what a play. Needed to get to the 2. Makes the catch. 1st and goal. And
it's a 12-yard gain. O.J. Arnold in the backfield. The clock ticking down. 2:22. French. And to the back of the end zone. Dallas out of bounds with a catch, but did not get the foot in.
Wow, he made the catch, but that foot was out. And actually, you see the hat off for the back judge.
He went out of bounds first, right, Reedy? Yep.
Just nipped it.
Yeah.
And then couldn't come in, but you see the hat come off. Incomplete pass.
Remember, you got the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah. But, you know, Georgia Southern only has one timeout left. So, but you got to score here. You got to put this score in.
The previous play was an incomplete pass. It's under video review.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to look to see whether his foot really went out, right?
So the hat
he made the catch.
Yeah, the hat came off from the back judge. So we'll see. Hey, we've had a ton of reviews today. Let's take a look at it. Because he did catch the ball. You're right. Now, remember, if you're forced out, so the hand's on him there, does that... He doesn't go... Right there, I believe,
that
is...
left foot, that's the official sees that.
And
maybe
the right
foot possibly,
foot there
too.
is what I believe.
Hard to tell from
that. And I don't think, I don't think he was forced out. So to me, if he doesn't step out,
that's a good
it's a touchdown.
Here.
He's not out there. But that was at the end. So, yeah, I mean...
And he got that right foot in with...
At the end of the catch, he caught it and got a foot in. So if they rule he didn't step out and the hat was thrown off by the back judge was incorrect, that's a touchdown.
We just have to see that angle a little bit sooner to see if that foot did step out.
Yeah, Clay Helton thinks it's a touchdown. They're looking at it, the big board here in the stadium. Let's get another look at it again. Give you the best we can. So, yeah, I don't think he's pushed there. So does he go out on his own? You know, is his toe up? If it is, he's not out. And if his toe's up there, so the back judge who's right there under the goalpost, he's got the best look. And you're going to see a hat fall off here. That signifies to us that he's saying the receiver stepped out of bounds. So it's the back end of the play. We don't really know in the beginning, but the catch was good. The catch was good, and I just don't think there's enough there.
The ruler on the field is stands, incomplete pass.
And there just wasn't enough there for replay to overturn that.
This note here, I mean, it's tough because Boise State has so much firepower. This is the most points that Georgia Southern has given up at home since joining FBS in 2014. I mean, not to put anything on them because it's tough.
They're not going to be happy with Clay Helton and defensive coordinator Brandon Bailey's. They gave up too many big plays, too many explosive plays.
Right. We'll come back to that in a second here. It's second down and goal. It's White. He goes in for the touchdown. So Jalen White scores with 2:04 remaining. It's a 13-point game. Going to go for 2.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2 here.
Yep.
Try to get it to 11. Which obviously then would still be a 2-score game, but at least it's a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal. And we're going to see we're going to see an onside kick here in week 1 as well, Mike.
Yep.
A little bit of everything today. If you're going to have a 4+ hour game week 1,
you better have everything.
And you want it to be a good game.
I don't think these guys are tired. 4 hours of football and 92 degrees. Here's French for the 2-point conversion try. He's in. What an effort by this guy today, though. Seriously, the sophomore from Roswell, Georgia. 2 touchdown passes, 1 rushing, gets this 2-point conversion. You don't think they're battling to the end here?
Oh, no, they fought their tails off. That's one thing. Both these head coaches, they're going to look at the tape. And in meetings, I mean, both their teams played hard.
They did.
And you love that. There's no give up in any of these teams. It's been a good game. Exciting game, fun game. I'll tell you who was watching that last touchdown was Stanford Steve.
That's right. Picked Georgia Southern for his super dog today. I think it's right around that number.
He might be watching this game. This is a good game. A lot of people are probably watching this game.
Well, they're within it now, but it's an 11-point game with 2:04 to play.
But so it's interesting here. So get the onside kick. It's going to take more than 4 seconds, but I was going to say if it didn't, you're going to get the stoppage with the 2-minute timeout. But
so back to your point a moment ago about the big plays, because Boise State is going to score. Okay, they got too much firepower, but they gave up the 77 and the 75-yard touchdown run to JEANTY. That just can't happen.
Can't do it.
So if you take those off the board, I know that's Monday morning quarterback here. They could be still winning this game.
And the one was a 1-play possession, remember?
Right.
They kick off, they got all the momentum, and JEANTY goes 75 yards. You can't do that. It's a backbreaker.
They find a way to clean something like that up, and I know they're up against an amazing running back with a really good offensive line too. But here's the onside kick. Got to go 10, and it's going to be recovered by Boise State.
Yeah, it never went 10, but of course the receiving team can go get it at any time, and I believe that was Ty Benefield if I'm right. Got his feet set, was good, and recovers it. And this
what do you think on these, right? If you're the offensive team, like you want to kind of go after it, right? To get, I mean, because if you let it 10, then it's anybody's opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
But you touch it, you muff it, then they can pick it up.
I think Benefield played that perfectly, right? It wasn't a crazy, it's the helicopter spin that they do, and he had an opportunity to recover, and he got it.
So from the 44 here, the Broncos going to just try to run this out. Well, first we've got the two-minute timeout with 1:57 here. And an 11-point lead for Boise State. We'll be back. 56-45, Boise State. I want to thank our camera guys again, braving this 92-degree weather. There's Frankie Reeves in our low end zone. Jeff Bartley, number 3 today. Scott Maley in camera 1. Thank you. Stephen Barry, our high end zone. Dan Johnson on camera 2, and all over the field tonight, Trevor Butts with our handheld. There's Trevor.
Great job, fellas. Scooter said
great job today.
stakes on him for being out there for 4 hours.
Absolutely. It was a fun one today. And we've got so many great notes from our contacts at Boise State, Sports Information Director Patrick Walsh. He's been all over it, and Brian Johnston for Georgia Southern. So thank you guys. And here's one: Boise State improves to 12-3 when the kickoff temp is 90+. So it didn't bother him today.
And finally, if you're a Boise State fan, you're going to win a season opener.
That's
first
right.
time since 2020.
And the first time since 2019 on the road. Yeah. So they get that off the back, and they get ready for Oregon next week.
Speaking of Boise State, we talked about national recognition, national brand. 26 straight seasons with a winning record. I mean, 1997 was the last time they had a losing record. That's incredible. That's
number 1 in the nation. And bowl eligibility, too, by the way, 26 in a row as well. That's actually number 2 behind Georgia, but only because Georgia went 6-7 one year in terms of the winning record. But it's phenomenal. Spencer Danielson, what a job, right? Took over with 2 games left in the regular season last year. Led them to victories. They got the Mountain West Conference title. Then they went to a bowl game, fell in the bowl game to UCLA. But then he becomes the coach. The players wanted him for good reason. He's been outstanding. And he gets his first full season off to a great start with this win today.
No, it was great talking with him. And when he was the interim job, when they let Andy Avalos go, told his wife, listen, start packing because we're going to be going somewhere else. I have 0 shot at getting this job. That's what he was told. And he told his kids, and who understandably said, hey, what's going on, coach? He said, I don't know. The only thing we know for sure is we have 2 games. We have 2 weeks.
Yep.
And they won those games. They needed some other teams in the Mountain West to lose and win, and it just all fell their way. They make it to the conference championship. They end up winning it, beating UNLV, and he gets the job.
And 1 player went to the portal. That was it.
That's it. Yeah.
1 player. I mean, just, right? Yeah, they're bringing in some true freshmen as well. We saw one of them today at number 26, Sire Gaines, even number 80, Cameron Bates. And
well, you told the story earlier. I mean, Sire Gaines had committed to a Power 4 program, and then decided it's not a fit for me. Called up Spencer Danielson and said, Coach, I'm committing to you. And he's like, Sire, I don't know if I'm going to be here. He said, well, we'll see what happens because I'm coming. And
got to give that guy number 2, though, as well today.
Oh,
fair due.
Yeah,
Boy,
Ashton Jeanty is
big reason why they get this win today. Ashton Jeanty, 6 rushing touchdowns. New school record for Boise State.
Safe to say, helmet sticker by the boys for sure. He's getting a helmet sticker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is it's a great performance, and there's head coach Spencer Danielson. So
fun time as always, my friend, working with you to start this season off. Let's do it again next week.
This is an indication of how great this year is going to be.
Yeah.
Man, it's going to be exciting.
I'm fired up. For Reedy and Golia, Mike Corey saying so long here today from Statesboro, Georgia, home of Georgia Southern, the Eagles. And the Broncos, Boise State wins it today, 56-45, the final score here on this final Saturday in August. Thanks for being with us. Time now to get you out to JMU in Charlotte. Justin Kutcher and Charles Arbuckle. Enjoy that one, everybody. Have a great weekend.